Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to our third session.
Mm-hmm.
You are now level 2.
Yay.
I'm really hoping I
Well, you
remember
should
to
be level
level
2.
up the character.
If you have failed to level yourself up, well, bad luck to you because this is designed for level 2 characters. So
I'm sure I did.
you might be in for a hard day. Anyway, so welcome. I'm sure all of you have had quite the interesting downtimes, all done a lot of things. Some of you more than others.
I did.
I did
jack
a
shit.
lot of things.
I did precisely nothing. I did a bit of shopping and spent the rest of my time either in bed, in someone else's bed, or getting drunk.
I'm the dwarf here. You shouldn't be out drinking
And with
me.
that, with that, I take you over to the picture of currently, various people are around the
Where am I?
No, don't worry, Bigby. Don't worry.
Okay.
Various people
Alright,
are,
you were eaten.
Now I think
it
I know
is-
where I am.
Nah, Lyle got
It is,
hungry.
the early
Nom
mo-
nom.
it is rather early morning. All of you probably not up for that long.
Lyles wakes up very early, so he's probably up.
Your test sleeps in, so
Uh,
he's definitely asleep.
Thorn gets up pretty early. I mean, you know, sometimes leaves processes running overnight that he has to check on at like dawn. Make sure it's not going to explode. Make sure it's not going.
No matter what your schedule is, though, it is the first of rain moot. And well, as all of you
Hey,
do your
it's
morning
my
rituals,
birthday
which
in
may be
17
being
days.
still asleep, you are your attention is grabbed by various servants around the manor, just saying the lord of the house would like to see you. He has he has a proposition.
Lyles says nothing and then walks up to the manor's dude guy, bro man.
Sighs heavily.
Bro.
Drags himself out of bed.
Morning, you three.
And
Howdy.
there should be another token.
What sort of time did you say this was?
This would be relatively early in the day, probably 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Why are you waking me up at this time?
Because I've got a proposition for you.
As you walk into the office. The office is very the office is decently well decorated. Its main features, though, are not really the bookshelves or the desk or the large open window, more than the fact that it's all of the unusual scriptures and small tablets around the edges of the room, all with small plaques on them.
Don't care, I probably helped him get half of these.
Not half of them, but a decent number, maybe. Either way, when you come in, the Lord has, well, instead of his normal just emotionless frown, he has a small smirk on his face as you all walk in, seemingly a decently good mood.
You require our assistance.
Dortis just walks in and flops himself down in the nearest chair.
There are definitely chairs you can plop yourself down in.
Whichever one's the closest, he sits in it and just starts rubbing his eyes.
Sure. The Lord looks round as you all enter. I'm glad you could all make it. I understand it's quite early for some of you. He looks over at your desk.
Look, you know I don't
I have
do
no
anything before at least 9:30. You know this by now.
The day does not wait for you to sleep, however, and neither do I.
Well,
It
laser
should.
book.
Anyway, as was said before, I have a small job proposition for all of you. For recently, during our excavations, me and Forok here, as well as, well, a few others, have been looking around the ruins, and we managed to discover quite the unusual tablet hidden away behind a small passage. Well, we can't. Me and Darium together still can't fully decode it. We can decode a large amount of it, of which has led us to be able to discover an entire offshoot of the main floor, a hidden section, if you will.
I see.
I'm assuming you want us to go down there and clear it out before research teams actually start understanding what's down there.
He nods. That would be indeed what I'd be asking. And of course, as with any of my teams, you'd be well paid for, clearing it out.
Okay.
Joltest wakes up. Soon as payment is mentioned, he is awake and alert.
Although I catch your attention.
We have a small theory based on what we've been able to find that potentially this part might have a greater clue into the purpose of these ruins, meaning whatever discoveries down there could be very, very important to us. So, this is something we would like done as soon as possible.
All right, where's the entrance?
What does this tablet actually say about this offshoot area, if anything?
It's not. We have not managed to find any exact things from it. The tablet was quite badly damaged. The main thing, though, is it gave us the indication it was there, enough to find it. As said, as some of you may know, it's quite the labyrinth down there. Secret tunnels and hatches almost everywhere.
Aye, fairly well hidden. Still not hidden enough for the eyes of a dwarf.
So we should expect the usual resistance then?
Aye.
There's few things usual about this place, but yeah.
Oh, I've been down there.
Just a dark, dank place down there.
Well, at least it's not so dark as to one should worry about being eaten by a grue.
Aye.
Lyle's ears fold back and go, "What the heck is that?"
Don't want to know.
It's just a saying, Lyle.
All right. Well, personally, I've never been down in these ruins, so this shall be definitely an adventure and a learning experience. So, when do we start?
Well, I would say as soon as you possibly can. Forok knows the way to the new passageways. Be sure to lead you down through most of it.
Aye.
Lyle looks down, looks at his shield. He says, "All right, I'm ready."
Do you have light?
I have
I look at
plenty of
Torrent.
torches.
Look at.
I have plenty of torches, and I just made some sun rods this week. I also picked up a lamp I had made. I have plenty of light.
Alright, just let me grab my stuff and then I'll be ready. Goes off back to his room, reappears a bit later.
Oh.
A bit more presentable.
Right before you all leave, he will also inform you, of course, that if there is anything easily recoverable out, such as tablets or such, like separated tablets or small statues or anything that seems to be of historical value, you can easily move and you can bring it out. You can also be paid for such as well.
All right.
You wouldn't happen to have a magic bag or something you could lend us, would you? Just for the
No, he
purpose
does
of
not.
getting things out. What a shame.
Don't worry. We can carry it. It's not that
we've got a
heavy.
dwarf. They're like the pack mules.
I resent that.
Actually, I can carry more than him with these muleback cords.
I heard that you had got a pair of those.
Yeah, it was among the necromancer's items, and these things are so convenient.
I've heard so. Especially for squishy men like you. You wizards and such.
I'm not a wizard.
I know you're not.
Part of me wishes I were a wizard. It would make some of my jobs a lot easier. But at the same time, there's just something utterly fascinating about alchemy.
Yeah, you don't see too many wizards lobbing around little metal bombs, do you?
Rarely.
They generally don't need to. They've got plenty of their own things they can lob around.
Aye, that is true.
Fireballs and lightning bolts and all sorts.
Speaking
I've
of
been on
which,
the
where's
receiving end of one of
campfire?
those before. Sarah could not make it.
No.
I have other duties that I would like Sarah to attend to.
Okay.
Keeping the fires lit.
He
No,
shakes his
it
head.
does.
I just, she does that voluntarily.
Wait, your test.
Uh,
Bah.
what was her specialization? Caring for magic items, wasn't it?
Hmm?
Like idly goes like, oh, what was her specialization? Caring for magic items, was it?
I would not say she has a lot of a way of specialization. In a sense, her powers are still require quite the development, but there has been some unusual behavior with some of the magic items, so I'd like her to have a look at them. See what she can do.
Hmm. All
Most
right. Well,
notably,
as long
most
as
notably because the items in question are elementally fire-based, and well, she is the most appropriate.
well, if nothing else, if they explode, they would be the least likely to kill her.
Exactly.
Well, then give me, I don't know, an hour to prepare. And I should be able to.
Thorak, where's the entrance?
I shall lead you there. It's not far.
All right.
I will meet you at the entrance hall in an hour.
Sounds good. I am all packed up and ready to go, so
Lyle carries everything he needs on him, so.
Unless you have questions or anything,
Nope, we're good.
you can freely leave the office. Darium and his lordship just going over various things they found, decoding stuff.
Only thing Lyle does is quickly go to his room, pick up 5 magic scrolls, put it in his pocket, and then go downstairs.
Yeah, Jortes just goes, dumps some stuff, picks up some other stuff. Probably takes him like 10 minutes and then he's ready.
Okay. Well, after a little while, Torm's gonna show up in the hall, like he said.
Okay.
All right, down we go.
Yep.
Do you descend into the depths?
Yes.
I believe we're all ready, so yeah.
A short way out of town. It is only a 15 to 20-minute walk from the manor. There is a cave entrance where only a short way in you can eventually find a large, well, dugout staircase leading round down into the depths towards the ancient ruins below. In the center of which strange mechanisms all stand of what used to be some kind of machination for moving large objects up and down, using water as a system for moving it, though this system has not worked for possibly millennia now.
should be fairly safe to head down. We won't be getting into any of the wee beasties that live down there for a little bit. Mostly cleared out the upper areas, thankfully.
Oh, good. I don't want to waste too many resources fighting spiders and rats and what have you.
Shouldn't be too much
Yeah.
problem. We tried to keep the vermin out of the upper levels. At least the ones nearest to the entrance.
Yeah, it should be relatively safe, don't worry. So we've got Lyle here to protect us.
His ears are drooped. He doesn't like the concept of going underground. He doesn't.
It'd be fine.
He's not saying anything. He's just, you can tell his nervousness betrays him.
Things are fine. These are old ruins, old ruins, but they're still sturdy enough.
Don't worry, little doggy. We've got a dwarf here. They're like made of rock.
The ruins themselves, all are beautiful in construction. Though much of the stonework is worn away, it shows a deep story of how much, well, everything has changed throughout the millennia. How there was once a great empire that built this, and now there is no signs of its legacy left except for places like this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave my third extract open.
These strange things called Power Wiki.
Ignore that. Well, I can only get so much artwork.
I know.
The ruins themselves, as said though, are a labyrinth. You could get lost down here if you didn't know what you were doing and never find a way out. Actually, this has likely happened before to people. Though it is not an issue for Jortes or Forok, who have had extensive experience down here.
Mm-hmm.
Or even Torin, who's had a decent amount. Knowing at least the upper levels recently.
They were probably
just stay together.
Following the dwarf, seeing as he knows where the secret door is.
Stay together. It's not too far. It's surprising we didn't notice it before.
I was
presumably
you all
have a light source.
Yep.
I have my lantern.
Torches.
Very well. As you kind of wander through, in one of the areas you find a large hall which is an absolute ruin and degradation. An area which was, well, completely has been completely uncared for and is really not in a good state. Most of the archaeologists have avoided this area because it is one of the rooms they predict might collapse if there's another earthquake. There hasn't been an earthquake in a long time, but they never know.
Careful around here. The stones aren't exactly stable.
In this room, however, a pillar on its far side was where the guide seemed to direct Forok before to be where the entrance would be. And certainly, as was predicted, a few movements of the unusual stonework, and a passageway can be found. Though it does require all but the dwarf to duck their head to get through.
Does it look like it was specifically made for people of that size?
The rest
or is
of
it
the room,
just the rubble?
The rest of the room would say otherwise, because the rest of the ruin is much larger. The rest of the ruin has much larger spaces, clearly meant for medium or even large-sized creatures.
Mm-hmm.
This was possibly made a very small passageway to make it harder to detect.
In that case, could I make a check to see if this is a dwarven construction? Like if this might be a dwarven type entrance.
You would not think so.
Okay. Okay.
However, you can as you go through, you can certainly lead your way down through what is basically initially a small metallic ladder that's partially rusted over, but it works for the climb down.
Mm-hmm.
And then a small series of corridors into, as it kind of opens up into the new unexplored area.
Here we are.
Is there anything you wish to do before you enter this new unexplored area?
Check for traps.
That would be a perception check.
Yeah.
Dark, you know what I get. I get a passive perception to stone-based traps.
Yes.
Or just to traps in the stone, so.
Yes.
Yay.
A passive +9.
I'm aware
So
of it.
you also get a 19. Well done.
Yes, basically.
So, in that case,
Fine, I may as well. Just
Okay.
because everybody else is doing it.
Come join the party. Be
Hey,
a
wait.
big boy.
Wait, why is my... Hold on. My... Okay, I have to close the entire tab. Thanks.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Google Chrome. Thanks.
Oh. Yeah. Plus, Roll20 is being a bit finicky in and of itself.
No, it was something with my web browser.
Oh, even better.
Basically, I was trying to scroll through something, and then it got stuck.
Oh.
Also, your DM has decided he does not like the color red for today, or the color like yellowish, also red.
It's fine. A lot
Colour.
of a lot of the stuff in this area is just blue and white anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I like my
Sure.
goldy color. It's nice.
Yay, I beat all of you.
Torin suddenly notices, guys, you're about to step into a pit trap.
Oi. Ugh,
God damn it.
annoying things they are.
Easily avoidable, where you can kind of skirt around the edge, but it was positioned basically right in front of the door.
I just pull out some
Well done.
chalk and outline it.
Hold on. I can mostly spot the traps in here, but some of them are very cleverly laid.
And with that, I can actually transfer you onto the map because you managed to get into the place in the first place.
Oh, good.
Because you managed to get in there.
Great.
Yay, we got through the door.
Well, the door's the hardest part most of the time.
It's an important step one.
It is. I mean, if we all fall in the pit trap in the door, in front of the door, then it's not going to help much.
Unless the pit drops us deeper into the ruins, which we were trying to get into in the first place.
Yeah, usually those drops
Well-
aren't very gentle, though.
So I'm going to move you across to here. It's going to take a few seconds to load because it's a big, big map.
Don't
It's gonna
worry,
be
if
very
we do
blurry
fall
at
in
the
a pit,
start.
Oh, I
I've got
see
a
it.
climbing kit, so
Okay,
I've got
bottom
a hammer
left.
and pittance.
Bottom left.
Ooh. Good old traditional dungeon crawl.
Aye. It's a bit off center, though.
Yeah, whatever.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, Roll20 does not accept snap to grid properly.
Ah,
I tried my
First year
best to get the
Roll20.
scaling mostly right, but there's only so much I can do.
understandably.
So, some areas of the dungeon are incredibly well snap to grid. Some of them.
Some of them. Just happens that this hallway, not so much.
It's more the center of the dungeon is more on scale with grid.
Okay.
Those of us that are
Okay.
better at noticing traps should keep to the front.
Yep.
Yes.
Me
Here
and
is
you
the
got
here is
that.
the here is the door you just passed through with the trap on the other side.
Okay, my lantern is 30 foot bright, or normal light 30 foot, and then dim light 30. Okay.
So actually, you can see what's up ahead here because the area up ahead here is actually lit by itself.
Oh, yay.
Ah. Has anyone else, have anyone else of us come down here? Or is this the first time people have actually been down here? Like,
This is the first time people have been down here.
a bit odd that there's light.
Well,
Well, some lights are meant to
Considering
last
the
20
magical,
years.
considering the magical nature of some of these ruins, and I'd expect a few things.
Aye, but even then, most of these places don't have these magical lights up.
as you can see, a large brazier burning away.
Especially considering that looks fairly non-magical. May have a continual flame or something, but doesn't seem like it.
Well, let's go have a
Easy
have a
way-
look.
Easy way to tell. Let's go light a torch on it.
Lyle just stares at it and his eyes flash a bit.
I'm gonna get to about here before I look for traps again.
Don't wait for us.
You know, wait for the people. who
It's only
know about
15 feet.
traps.
I know if you move cautiously. You don't know about traps around here.
I'm mostly just checking traps for like this area here.
Oh my god, I rolled so badly today.
Okay, Big B knows he
Today.
doesn't need to roll because wherever he puts his character, I automatically have to check.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a stoneworks trap, if it's like a wooden trap, it's not going to apply. But
Yeah, but that's unlikely whenever this place is literally carved into the stone. It's very
Alright,
however-
unlikely.
You don't see a trap.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it.
As you approach towards the fire, you do notice you don't feel any heat from it.
Yeah, is it magic?
It's a continual flame, isn't
Lyle
it?
was detect magicking.
Detect magic, the flame is most certainly magical.
Yeah, it's magic.
I told you.
Ah, good call on the continual flame then.
There has not been a lot of magical light, so when you come down here before, so it's interesting.
Aye, this is odd.
Or just immediately goes to about here, just starts studying it.
Yeah.
Well, let
I'll
me
move
know when
around.
you decide which direction to move in from here.
There seems to be a round room to the over here, to the east.
Looks like another squarish one to the north.
Let's avoid going north. Stick together. We don't know what
Right.
might ambush us in here. Go here and
Shedding your
Torrent's
light
gonna
into
have-
the room.
yeah. Ooh, what is this?
Because I'm paranoid. Unscrew you, game.
What's this? I wonder.
Okay, where are
As you see a large stone altar.
Perception, net 20. I see everything.
You see, well, I will just read out the description for the room for you. Examining the walls of this strange oval chamber provides little of the clues for its area's functionality directly. A polished stone altar sits on one side of the room. The walls have a variety of markings and strange symbols, though unfortunately none of you understand them. You do recognize the alphabet to be that of the ancient empire, however. The only drawings that can be easy to understand are there is a drawing upon the altar of two circles moving around another with a dashed center, pointing towards the outer edge. The dashed circle is also flanked by two small pentagons.
Are any of the drawings and stuff on loose tablets and what have you?
No, in this room they're all just they're part of the wall. None of them have come undone.
Dang.
And actually, for all things said, this is some of these inscriptions here are some of the best you guys have seen down here.
I don't
Completely
suppose any of them
untouched.
look like they
Wait
could
a
be
minute.
prized off.
So wait, you said there were two sets of two objects in the inscriptions, right?
The drawing is the following. It is there is a circle with a dash through it, point from center to edge. Two distant circles off to one side from it, and then two pentagons seemingly flanking the dashed object.
I'm going to take a guess that this has something to do with these celestial bodies.
It is possible.
I mean,
Lyle,
we have the one, the Earth. We have, or our Earth, our territory. We have two, which could be the suns, and we have these two could be the moons.
What? You called me over? Lyle just sort of steps over.
do you know if this has any religious significance? I know you're the more religious-minded among us.
Well, two of you can look at it.
I'm kind of assisting.
The two of you look at. There is not a lot here to really help with context other than the drawing, because you can't understand much of what's on the wall. So anybody what's there, it could be something religious. Most certainly, it could work as something to do with Sol and Sen, for example. It would not be unbelievable that those could be the sun, and then the pentagons be the moon or moons.
I'm mostly familiar with the spirit religions, but though it wouldn't be hard to believe that these just picked the two suns and moons and stuff like that. So they would have a very similar religion to us that we had, that we have nowadays.
You would know for a fact that Sol and Sen were highly regarded back in ancient days. So.
Yeah.
Aye, all right, I see. We will have to direct the Lord to this then. They'll be doing most of the research.
I imagine we'll
Did we-
probably want the lady of the house as well. She's quite good with things like astronomy.
In case you're interested, by the way, the description is now available for you.
Does any of us have some paper and chalk so we could take a rubbing of this? So we can show him without
Yes,
him
in
having to come
fact,
down?
in fact, I do.
as a reminder, there are inscriptions everywhere. It just happens to be, those inscriptions are the only ones you can really,
Yeah.
make any sense of.
The main ones. Just take a rubbing off them.
I wouldn't bother personally. They're gonna come down here eventually and do all the research themselves. Just to tell them where it is.
It's unlikely, especially considering this is one of the first rooms that you reach in here.
Yeah, that's true enough.
Here, let us continue on. There's the room to the north.
Down in the entranceway, and slightly better.
The room you enter into is a large, a large square stone room with two statues of seemingly men in heavy mounts of spiked armor, each wielding large spears, both flanking over a large metal but slightly rusted door.
I respect their choice in spears. I mean, shields.
They also
Be careful though. These ruins are known to have construct guardians.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They are not incredibly common, but they are still known to be down here.
Thorin just kind of walks up to one.
I guess my 20 perception didn't see anything.
Kind of looks it over.
Forok, there's unusual stonework to the wall to your right.
Over here, there's something in the wall.
Yes, you go investigate that. I'm going to take a closer look at this statue here.
Well, I'll come assist Thorak.
Here, then no.
Oop.
Oh.
I'm just
See,
examining the
exactly.
statue.
The statue is a finely carved statue, clearly out of stone not from this region, clearly imported from somewhere else. The stone, you can't say exactly what stone it is. It's kind of similar to marble, but it's not. The
I
statue
have
itself,
appraised. Would it be appraised in order to figure that out?
you could try appraise. Not really
10.
much. No, you're not entirely sure what material is made
I rolled
of.
a nat 2.
If it's stone, just ask the dwarf.
Sorry,
can,
I
like,
don't.
It's
can,
not.
like,
It's not
lick it
important.
and
It's
tell
not
what
an.
it is.
It's not an important detail. Thorn's just curious.
The statue itself, though, does seem to have been built for both like a defense, like almost to make it look almost like they seem like imposing to defend those doors, but also as possibly based on what they're wearing, also some kind of they might have some significance, so you're not sure what it would be.
Are both the statues basically identical?
Yes, just facing the opposite way around.
Yeah.
They're both looking at the door from different directions.
All right. I'm examining the wall then, where I noticed the unusual stonework, getting a closer look.
Okay. As you can certainly do so. The wall itself seemed like any other wall for the most part, but there was just this unusual kind of almost seam, if you would call it, along it. And as you kind of reach round, you can feel a very faint draft.
There's a passage over here. I'm going to give a slight push on the door.
Nope.
Doesn't seem like it's going to give way anytime soon, though.
Pushing it. No movement.
Can I examine it to try and see if I can work out some sort of opening mechanism?
Sure, you can try that.
Yes, and that would be perception again.
Yeah.
Here, I will aid him in looking for it.
Why do you just have to always show?
I forgot to
I'm going
increase
to
a plus
assist.
2. That should be a 27. Yeah.
Examining around, there does definitely seem to be some. You do manage to find basically under one of the tiles on the far side of the room here. There seems to be a set of mechanisms underneath it, which most of you don't understand. Jortes, on the other hand, could probably Jortes and I believe Arthur also has disabled device and could, in theory, attempt to fiddle with them.
It's a class skill, but I don't have a rank in it, so it's
Okay,
I understand it mechanically. I just don't know how to fiddle with it properly.
Well, I could try to give it a fiddle and see if it opens the door or the wall even.
Yeah,
try
to do that.
Lyle's gonna stand in front of the door and while they fiddle with it, just in case anything comes out of it.
I will join him. stand beside him.
Oh,
Just in
no.
case.
I'm rolling so
No.
badly.
Thorog, would you mind moving over?
Aye, what do you need?
I just stand here and I brace.
That 15 is still enough. The mechanism is not too difficult to work out. It was just hardest to find in the first place. As you fiddle around a bit, and the wall swings inwards.
Alright, got it.
Well done.
And your light kind of shines down. A
Back
section
my
of the wall
tools away.
a section of the wall slightly fallen over, but the room seemingly stable.
Aye.
Very dusty, very dusty. No one has clearly gone in
Vicious.
here for a very long time.
I'm almost disappointed that nothing jumped out and tried to eat me.
You should be glad.
Careful what you
Down
wish
here aren't
for.
exactly nice.
Okay, don't go too
Lyle, if
far,
you would,
Lyle.
yeah.
Obviously, they
I'll
wanted
try
to
and keep
this
behind us.
hidden. Yeah. Obviously, they wanted to keep this hidden. Who knows what else is down here? Perception for the corridor.
Yep.
Oh my god. I have the highest bonus here, and I'm just rolling atrociously.
Oh,
Well,
You know,
I'm glad.
At least it means you're rolling higher than 10 all the time.
Yeah, technically, I can never roll
Woo!
lower than
I
a 10.
beat both of you by one.
I'm sorry, but my passive perception beats all of you.
As far as you can tell, this corridor seems to be safe. Just a section of the wall might have collapsed from an earthquake
I
at
was
some point.
planning on rolling perception. I just wanted to roll higher than them, and I got my wish.
Right, well,
Aye,
stay
let's move
behind
slowly.
us, guys.
Aye. Move slowly as well.
Hmm.
What is that in front of us?
What
Dark.
is that?
I'm gonna roll knowledge engineering to make sure this wall. Okay, how structurally sound is the rest of this wall? Just tell me how easily
Okay,
it would make it
yeah.
to collapse.
To make it collapse would not be an easy task to do. The place is built to be actually remarkably stable. From what you're able to see there, this area should hold up pretty well unless there is an earthquake, in which case this area would not be accessible. You don't think this whole way would survive enough of an earthquake, but anything short of that's not going to do much.
Okay then. Would there anything I'd be able to do to keep more of this wall from collapsing in the event that there is an earthquake within the next, I don't know, half hour?
If you had something to help, kind of prop up the ceiling in a sense, like if you had like a big metal bar or something, or like wooden poles to kind of help hold the ceiling up.
Hmm.
You're something to help basically reinforce and act as a pillar almost. That could work, but
Just start picking up the rubble and putting it back in the wall.
doesn't quite help.
No, it doesn't
Can't
work like
hurt.
that. Not unless I have like some alchemical cement or something.
Right, well, perception in this room was paranoia. Oh my god, so bad. I think I've
The
only
room in-
rolled above 10 once.
The room in question you walk into seems to be a large stone, well, not a large, but a small stone room around the edge of which has, well, multiple lying shelves, each of which having what seem to be old coffins.
Hey, Dark.
A tomb. It's a tomb.
Hey, Dark.
Yes.
I'm going to put a bunch of stone blocks from the rubble in like front of the secret door we found, just in case it tries to automatically close itself.
That can be done.
Can I...
I will continue my description. The room in question has a statue of it, of a figure holding an hourglass. Around the room there's also seemingly old parchment, though, that you even just coming close to it, you can tell that
Stupid
even the
mouse.
slightest movement of that parchment will disintegrate it.
Avoid touching anything that seems like it might rot.
you
Now,
said
So don't touch anything, right?
What do you want to ask?
You said there was like a bunch of like coffins or something in here?
Yeah.
Could I, without opening them
Against
or
the edge wall,
anything, examine some of them to see, I don't know, is there more writing on them or are they all fanciful?
Okay, you could try such, yeah. I mean, it's not too hard. You just kind of walk up to one and kind of look over them a little bit. try and carefully move away some of the dust.
Yep. Blow some of the dust off.
As you kind of look over them, all of these coffins here do seem to have a variety of different insignias on them, of which Lyle and Torin could both recognize the symbols on them. Without, I don't want you to check for them to know what they are. The various symbols on them are indicative of various things, but one of the major symbols shown on all of them is Travana, the gatekeeper of death.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hello again,
Yeah,
Travana.
To be expected. Speaking of which, the statue.
Other than that, though, Lyle would also notice something else interesting, which is symbols of the spirit of water.
Oh, this is interesting.
Hmm.
You can't tell which spirit. It's too old for you. The spirit might not even exist anymore at this point, but it is a spirit of water symbol. You can tell that much.
Lyle just basically takes his thumb, brushes it off a bit, and cleans it off a bit, and then gives a quick bow and a nod to it.
What did you find, Lyle?
Oh, just one of the spirit emblems for the spirits. Spirit of
Oh.
water, exactly, precisely.
Interesting.
Of which all of you can hear running water from the north as well.
Aye, let's examine up here. I think I see some drains up ahead.
I am going to just take I'm just going to draw the rune on a piece of paper in my journal.
You can do so.
Also, who did you say the statue was of?
Gatekeeper of death.
It's an individual holding an hourglass.
I want to examine it more thoroughly.
Tell me whenever you guys are ready to move on.
This dark stone statue is seemingly made of some kind of very hard and, well, you're not entirely sure what the stone is, but it's completely black, whatever the stone is.
Could be obsidian or jet or something.
The individual in question who is depicted is most certainly a woman holding an hourglass, seemingly, well, looking at her demeanor, you can tell that she almost looks like she's drowned, almost like just dripping with water. Don't find anything. You don't
Does
find
the
anything.
hourglass have sand in it? Is it like a glass hourglass, or is it just a stone one?
It's a stone hourglass, part of the image.
Okay. Alright, well, that's everything my curiosity is sated for now.
Aye, let us head
Looking
up.
up to the north, you can hear flowing water from beneath grates to your left and right. The water is most clearly flowing, if a bit murky.
That is odd.
Can I spot anything through the grate?
Nothing really other than the fact you can see water flowing north.
Is it possible? Do I think I could fit a sun rod in between the bars of the grate?
Yeah, you could fit a front sun rod through the bars of the grate.
All right. Well, I suggest this idea to everyone else. We'll see what they think.
If you think it's going to lead to beneficial things, maybe, but I don't honestly know what you'll learn from that.
Let us move ahead first and see if there's...
okay.
We can toss the sun rod in afterwards. First, let us see if the room is going to lead anywhere.
Personally, I like clearing out a place before we do any experiments.
I was just thinking we could just hang a sun rod down into it on some rope or twine or something, and we could see if there's anything moving around in the water.
Personally,
pull the sun rod back up.
Possibly, but right now it shouldn't be of any consequence. It is unlikely anything is going to get through those bars.
Okay, that needs a perception check.
Further up ahead, as illuminated by your torches or your sun rods or whatever you have when you approach.
Thorok, I wouldn't.
The room in question seems to be some kind of shrine. That much is evident by a clear view from a distance. A large metallic chest kind of blocks half the opening.
That is odd.
Okay.
Why is this here?
I know what everybody's thinking, but we need to approach this carefully.
Of course, no. I'm wondering why this chest is here. This thing is... Can I look at the chest and see if I can determine how old it might be?
Well,
Sure,
I
you can-
don't
do
see
that.
any traps.
I'd say, let's see, determine its age. Let's see. Well, the two of you look over. You're both looking over the chest.
Yeah, I'm
You
specifically
can look.
looking for any traps attached
Hmm?
to it.
Lyle isn't looking at the chest. He's looking at the room.
Okay. I'll cover the chest first. The chest in question seems to be a very old chest, primarily made of wood, which at this point is so old it might just break apart from being touched. Wood does not hold up well in such conditions down here.
It's too damp.
However, the metalwork on it, you're able to kind of use the metalwork to kind of help date that this chest is at least. I mean, it's not unbelievable this chest might be as old as the ruins itself.
Hey, this chest is old. It looks like it's about to fall apart.
The lock itself, you're pretty sure you could put anything in there and that would be enough to trigger the lock because you don't think
The
it's sturdy
lock's
enough.
rusted
Yeah.
through.
The lock's
The
not
lock's
what
rusted
I'm worried
through.
about.
Jortes, do you think it might have any kind of traps on it? Or do you think they might have all fallen apart from the age?
23,
Lyle,
what
do
do
you
I
have
think?
detect magic?
Yeah.
That would be a good idea.
Just look at the chest.
Lyle's eyes flash
Wow,
and he looks at the
I've
chest.
been muted for ages.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you've been.
Yeah,
I
I
assumed
got
you were just being
23 to look
polite.
for traps.
As far as you can tell, if there was a trap on this, the trap is disintegrated.
No magic either?
When you detect magic, there is a very faint magical signal from inside.
Oh, there's not a trap on the chest, but there's something magic inside.
Nah, most traps
Oh.
can't
Is that
survive
so?
this length of time.
Not one on a wooden chest. at
That is
least.
what I thought. In that case, I'm going to kind of
Well-
grab the lock and jerk it off.
It does not take much force.
Well, I'm going to
Jeez,
move
that
here and I'm
thing's
going to
crumbling in my
investigate
hand.
the shrine proper.
Just out of
Well,
character, do we really
unfortunately-
want to be looting a shrine?
Well, unfortunately,
Well,
as
not
the
looting
lock as the lock cracks off with quite a loud sound, suddenly, Jortes,
Damn it.
you hear a chitter.
A chitter.
Yes.
Right.
And
from
suddenly-
where?
And suddenly, crawling out from, well, apparently none of you managed to see them throughout your entire time here. As crawling around in the very little nooks and crannies of little corners, the tiny bits of webs near the coffins,
Spiders.
Yep. I
crawling
draw
out of the
my
ground,
everything and just shout spiders.
Giant spiders.
seemingly awoken by the large
jeez.
crack.
Things hidden in the
We
walls.
walk past so many of these.
I know.
I rolled perception checks, and you also rolled perception checks. Like no one's beat it yet. No one's beat it.
I
Yeah.
told you we
Spiders are good
should
at
have
stealth.
looked inside the
Jesus.
grates.
They weren't in the grates, they were in the
grates.
walls. Surprised I
One
didn't
of them-
notice their holes. Ah well.
Two of them just.
Everyone
crawled
get
out
ready
of
to
the grate.
fight.
They crawled out of their webs around the grates. They weren't in the grates.
Yeah.
Should
Spiders
have
don't
taken a
tend to
closer
hide in
look.
water.
That's all I'm saying. God, this
At
place
least
is
they're
so
not
fucking.
swarms.
This place is so dusty. I'm not surprised I didn't smell them coming.
The shrine itself, you also notice, by the way, is slightly magical because the shrine is glowing very slightly, only slightly.
Careful, there's one right beside you.
You can cover
Lyle,
that
do you
up.
have any water magic?
Yeah, actually.
I have a theory.
Well,
First,
let's
however-
deal with these spiders first.
Aye, we can try the experiments later.
As these spiders are starting to crawl down towards you.
Lyle, if you have any offensive water or ice magic, trying.
Oh, offensive? No, nothing. I'm not very much of a attacking person.
That's
Okay,
more
there's the stat.
Sarah's.
There is their stat block. Okay, I was like, why is the stat block not loading?
Hooray! They rolled badly, but still better than most of us.
Hey, I still go first.
I know I
I mean,
rolled a
Jor-
10.
Jor-
Yes.
Jortes did feel it. Feel them coming.
Two of
That's
us
true,
rolled
yeah.
twos.
Yeah.
Alright, well, 5-foot step and swingy swingy.
You can certainly 5-step and try to swing at the. I mean, small size spider, so it's a halfling size spider, reasonably.
Yeah.
Aye.
Just under.
That doesn't look right. No, that is right. 19 and 17.
They are both hits.
Yay.
Nice.
For a total of 9.
It horribly wounds the spider, who is barely clinging onto the wall.
I hate spiders.
Good to know.
Aye. They aren't very pleasant.
As the one next to Torin is going to go ahead and try to bite him
Nom nom nom.
Nom 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 nom.
from its ceiling position.
No.
No.
This one down here will skitter up, and with its friend, they're both going to attack Jortes.
God damn it.
Hey, at
Don't
least we're
worry,
not
I'm
flanking
right
you.
here.
1 hit.
Very well. You will take.
I hate having like no AC.
You will take
Mhm.
2 points of damage
Yep.
And roll-
poison.
and a fortitude save. As
Okay.
as something bites as it bites into you, you can feel this very stinging sensation from your veins.
Yeah.
Aye.
My favorite sensation.
19.
Aha.
You suffer no ill effects from the stinging sensation.
Careful, guys.
Okay.
These are the poisonous kind.
This spider is going to kind of
I-
like
Of
crawl past you in a
course.
sense.
Oh. Do
Why,
I get
hello
that
there.
opportunity?
Yep, you get attack opportunity if you would like.
Wing.
Hello there, little spider.
Crap.
Eh?
13 to hit for 7.
That is still a hit.
Sweet.
Wow,
I
these
just, like,
things
swing
nice.
at one of his legs as he skitters past.
Aye.
As this one essentially basically charges down the corridor into the roof of this square, but you know, I'll move it there to make it easy to target. Like it's full speeds ahead and tries to lash at you. And misses.
Nope.
Stupid things climbing on the ceiling.
Lyle, can you occupy this spider for just a moment? I need to assist our friends.
Okay.
We're good.
Aye, we might use a bit of fire over here.
That was
Well, and let's get a flurry of blows.
And
Bap,
it chitters in
bap.
your face.
No.
Those are both hits. The first punch is enough to kill it.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
He'd already got injured by Jortes.
It has already
Oh,
taken
yeah, that is-
7.
That is true.
You
And
can't
then I'll 5-foot
step.
step up.
As well,
wait.
add this
No,
to the casualty
Thorak, no,
pot.
Thorak, no.
No, I'm
Or-
fine. I have
no.
evasion. I have
No.
evasion.
So do I.
What do you want to do?
Target that one.
I want
Rock.
to. Yeah, I know. I want to bomb this tile.
Yeah, it's fine. I have evasion, and so does
Okay.
Jortes.
I tried. Okay, I
I
tried.
think I do anyway.
If you end up dying, that I tried.
I'll be fine.
Yes, I do have evasion.
Besides, I'm a
Good
tough little bastard.
However, so you 5-step up and continue your punch onto the one straight in front of you, or
Aye.
okay.
Yeah, George, if you could kill the one on the left.
Working on it.
No, I'm just done. Because it's easier for me to target these tiles.
I mean, your splash damage is pretty strong. You could just aim for the tile behind them.
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't be able to hit this one on the left.
You can move
It's-
through me, so Lyle's actually going to impose himself here and take a swing at the spider on the sarcophagus.
It's on the ceiling, technically, above it.
Oh well, this is going to look fairly awkward for Lyle doing that.
Just like
Just-
pop up.
just-
Literally just squish the spider on the ceiling. You've got like a fly swatter.
Blah.
Just using your shield as a fly swatter. Not bad
Cool.
either.
Torin,
Well, I'm going to put step here, and I'm going to prepare an action to throw a bomb.
on what condition?
I'm just right after Jortes's turn, just as soon as his turn ends.
Okay, on the end of his turn, throw bomb.
Yes.
Jortes, it's your turn.
Woo. Okay. Swingy, swinging. primarily targeting that one on the left.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Pretty sure it's dead.
Yep. And
Back
then
up a bit.
5 foot step back.
That is just enough to kill it.
Ta-da.
Excellent. Well then,
Perfect.
I am going to target the tiles behind the spiders,
Sure.
and okay, that's barely outside of my first range increment, but whatever. I'm
That
hitting
means
AC 5.
What's
You're
the
hitting
DC
DC
to
5
dodge
at a
bombs
min-
anyway?
You're hitting a DC 5 at a -2. So,
Well done.
Boom.
Aye.
what is the splash damage?
Splash damage is 5 damage.
What is the DC?
My bomb DC. That's just what, my intelligence plus my BAB or something.
10 plus your intelligence plus half your level.
10 plus intelligence plus half level. Yeah, 15.
Because the 2 spiders will try, dodging.
Aw.
Is it safe for negate or safe for half?
I think it's save for half.
This is an important question.
I'm looking. Let's see.
Because you on the
Reflex
side,
for half. Reflex for half.
then sorry, little spider on the left, you might have succeeded, but you still die.
Well done.
Well, he had been injured as well.
Yes.
Aye. I'm surprised the one on the right survived.
Well, I don't think
It's probably on like
well,
one
he
hit
took
point.
a little bit of help.
Aye, probably.
He shall look down at Vorok and try and bite into him. He's not armored. How hard could it be?
Sure. Never mind that I. Oh, he hits. Okay, that's fine.
Take 4 points of damage and roll a fortitude with poison.
Okay. I'll just roll my plus 10.
Fucking monk.
No, not monk.
And
Thank
dwarf.
you
Dwarf.
so much.
It's
I
dwarf.
thank
Dwarf.
you so much.
18.
You do not succumb to the tingling feeling in your vein.
You're gonna have to do better than that.
Lyle, by the way, will also be bit at.
Oh no, Lyle.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no,
Oh, God,
Lyle.
Does not confirm. Lyle
no,
takes 4
Lyle.
points of damage. I mean, fortitude save,
Owie.
please. And it kind of like as you squish it, you kind of draw your shield back, and it's stuck to the shield and bites you.
Nope.
The poison does not manage to get into your system, however.
Yay. Ah.
All right. I think I'm going to use a standard action and use a scorpion style. So if I hit this spider and he's not dead, he'll need to make a fortitude save or be reduced to 5-foot move speed for 3 rounds.
He'll
Okay.
be dead.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Whoosh.
Oi. Oh well. No, my turn. Not much else I can do.
Ah. Get off me, you freaking spider. Bop.
As Void sits in your shield, you splat it into the floor now. It's like still moving, but not by a lot.
Stop it. Stop moving.
Wait. Hey, stop squishing it.
What do you want to do? Interrogate it? What do you want to do?
So does it look like it's on 0 hit points or something?
No, it's just very, very low.
Well
It's
then,
still,
I'm going to
it can still fight.
I'm going to 5-foot step here and try to carefully impale the thing because I want to retrieve venom glands from it.
Same.
Go down to the dead pile.
This thing's on its last legs.
Literally.
But
Sadly, tripping
Kind of
spiders
recycle
is
the
very
process.
difficult.
Tripping spiders is difficult, in fact.
Alright.
Don't they gain like a plus 12?
In again.
They get +2 per additional leg. Something.
Yeah, that's what. So yeah, they've got 6 extra legs. So yeah, a spider has an extra plus 12 versus any kind of trip maneuver.
Combat is over.
That
Hooray.
wasn't so bad. Annoying little things
Yay.
though.
Now, looting the
Let's-
corpses, get all the poison.
Aye, if you go,
It's just you should just let me handle that, Jortes. I mean, unless you want to carry around spider corpses. And Thorek, you
not
have a spare
particularly.
sack or something I can use for this, right?
I think I have a burlap sack in here somewhere. Search around in my bag and toss him a small one.
All right. Well, then I'm just going to start just gathering up spider corpses
Aye,
So,
now let's see
can
what's in this.
you, like,
Let's see what's in this
outside of the
chest.
shrine. I'm gathering corpses outside of the shrine.
Aye, now let's see if
When
there
to
was any good
be doing my
relics
work
in this
over here.
chest.
Opening the chest inside contains a number of scroll inside silver scroll cases, stone tablets, and small gemstones with odd inscriptions carved onto them, handed by chisels.
Interesting. Ah. Sadly, I'm not as good as most dwarves with appraisal, so
You could still try appraisal if you'd like to work out the value of these items.
I can appraise them if you want. Just give me a second.
yeah, no, I'll be fine. I'm not so good with gems. Ah well, Lyle, I got some good news for you.
Eh?
You mind reading these scrolls? I toss him the scroll tubes.
Yep, I take them and look at them.
He can't read the scrolls. They're in a language he does not understand.
Just relics?
Do they look the same if I open them up and the inscriptions look the same?
Yeah.
Huh.
They seem to be mundane scrolls for the most part, except for one.
Oh yeah, I'm using detect magic.
One
right
of the
now.
scrolls is magical.
Okay. But look at it. Is it gibberish to me?
Well, you can tell it's a magic scroll. You can try a spellcraft check, or if you have read magic, to try and identify what it is.
Oh man, never mind. I'm just gonna look at it and go, yeah, that's crazy gibberish to me. I fold it up and put it in the rest of my scrolls. That's crazy gibberish.
We should have.
Yeah,
Shadow was here.
crazy
She could.
gibberish.
Spell-
Dark.
I'll check, try and identify.
Hey,
Yes.
Dark. I'm just gonna pull out a dagger and just start cutting apart the pieces of the spiders that I really don't need. Mostly
Okay.
the legs.
It's going to take you a little bit, but you can.
Yeah.
Um,
And
how
how
he-
heavy are the spider corpses after I've cut apart useless bits?
Let me have a look. I'd have to check what the weight of a spider corpse is first. Oh, thank you, SRD, for for not being useful with the weight.
I mean, they're halfling-sized spiders, so
Okay, by rules, use the weight of a large dog.
Ooh.
so like 30, 40 pounds for just the corpses. Minus the legs, that's probably a good half their weight or more.
Yeah, so let's say 20 pounds per corpse, maybe.
You may want to just try and get the glands out instead.
I mean, they're big spiders. These are big spiders. These aren't like little things.
Yeah, I mean, with a DC 20 heal check, would I be able to just extract the spider glands?
Yeah,
venom glands?
you'd have to spend some time doing it. That's all.
Okay. All right. Well, how much do you want me to put down for weight for as many venom glands as I can get?
I see. You kill a total of five spiders? 5 spiders? 5 spiders. So you can write down just 5 sets of spider glands. The weight can be 1 pound each.
Okay.
Then you can spend some time. The tablets, if you wanted to carry back the tablets, small gems, and scrolls in question, the total weight of all of that would be about 25 pounds.
Okay, yeah, I'll just mark that down as artifacts on my
Lyle, on the
carrying
other
capacity.
hand, is very interested in this shrine.
Oof.
As said, to identify a preparation to work out their value. So, but to look at the shrine is a rather beautiful looking shrine. The shrine itself having a small pool of water which seemingly is magical enough to refill itself and keep itself clean. A small glow from underneath it, just to make the area slightly illuminated, though not enough to be useful as light.
Any inscriptions like water spirit inscription or stuff like that?
There are various inscriptions on it. There are, to be precise, what I would recognize as both kind of a symbol for the water spirit, the same one he saw down before, the spirit of Travana on it, of course,
Mm-hmm.
the gatekeeper of oceans and the afterlife, is our thing. And the final thing you see is also a sigil of one of the wind spirits, a greater wind spirit from long ago.
Hmm. Well, Lyle's going to spend the time while Torin's collecting spider goo of cleaning up the shrine and casting various blessings on it and basically giving a quick prayer at it.
Sure, you can do that.
And so he'll actually clean it off by doing create water and making it rain around it and cleaning off all the dust on it and all that.
Sure, you can do such.
Yep. And he'll actually look at the water and put his hat in the middle of it and see if it's see if there's anything particularly special about it.
Okay, feeling into the pool of water. The pool of water feels exceptionally fresh. It almost feels like kind of like spring water. It smells very nice as well. Almost like light fruits.
Hmm. He'll say a few words and say, "Hey, Great Spirit, would you mind if I tried some of your blessing here?" And he's gonna see if he gets any response. If no, he's gonna take this little sip of it.
Okay, as you sip the very sweet water, it runs down your throat with quite the delicious sensation.
Lovely.
You regain 2 hit points.
Yay!
I can tell you now, this can only be attained once per day
That is fine. I'm okay
per
with
character. So
that. Well, we'll give a quick bow to it and then just head off.
You gonna tell us about it?
If you want to take the spirit's blessing, you're free to you're welcome to.
Hey, that would actually be helpful. Help heal up the spider wound. Spider bites. Yeah. I'll go up there and...
because of course it's clearly a shrine to life and death, having of course
Yeah.
the gatekeeper of the afterlife attached.
Yeah, I will bow a bit and take a small cup and get me a drink.
The very warm, I should say very cool feeling runs down. For you, it doesn't taste so much as citrus fruits or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
For you, it tastes like almost kind of like delicious kind of plant matter from deep within dwarven mines.
Nice. Very nice.
You can regain the 2 hit points.
Yay. There we go.
So, are you saying that's a shrine to life and death?
Yeah.
Okay, well then as soon as I am finished with these corpses, Lyle, would you help me with some funeral rites?
For the spiders?
Yes?
Okay.
They're living things too.
They are, it's just I didn't expect you to care.
Well, they're not anymore.
Well, we kind of just came into their home and I'm literally butchering them.
He says as he's cutting his land out as he speaks.
Aye, that is true. 'Tis a bit rude of us, but can't really be helped whenever they attack us first.
No, but still, when you're raised to... I'm not going to try to hide anything. You experiment on animals, you feed them things. Sometimes they die. You pay respect to them.
Aye, that is understandable. I hope nothing too... No, not very Not too strange of experiments, I hope.
Well,
Nothing cruel.
well, there was this time with some rats, but that's not important.
Aye.
Well, as soon as extracting the spiders, I'm just going to take them over to the shrine and give them a nice little, like, pyre or something.
You can certainly do such.
Lyle helps with his religion check, but
You get this very just peaceful, almost like even though there was just fighting here, there's almost this feeling of serenity as you kind of trying to care to the dead in front of this altar.
Yep.
One for Torin, which is particularly familiar.
Yeah, I'm sure Lyle is going to immediately notice Torin is very, very familiar with the rites of Travana.
he won't question it.
Well, now that that's dealt with and respect has been paid, shall we move on?
Indeed.
Once they finish the ritual, Tortoise will go over there and sip from the fountain.
Mm-hmm. For you, it will taste like some of your favorite ale from back home.
Yay, 2 health.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now, Thorin, here. I'm not as good with gems as others. I don't really have need for material pleasures like this. So
let me see.
if you could you? Yeah.
A dwarf that's not good with gems. Now I've seen everything.
Aye, we're not all like that, especially me.
Well, yeah, back home.
I come from a monastery.
There have been a number of dwarves that were good with metal, but not stone. Good with stone, but not gems. Good with gems, but not metal.
I do better with worked and unworked stone than most, but...
Okay, there's a 14. Anyone else trying, or is that just Doran?
I don't believe I'm trained in it.
I mean, anyone can try an appraise check, technically.
Well,
But...
I might as well try one. Just
Yeah, you might net 20.
I guess I can...
No.
I guess I can try.
Oh, these are dirt clods. They're
Yeah,
worthless.
they're
Absolutely
just-
worthless.
It's glass, you know. It's common all over the
Yes,
place.
actually, the gems in question are glass gems. It's indeed
See, told you.
noted. However, based on the inscriptions, Forok does notice the inscriptions on them are almost like small tablets in their own right. Probably combined with the stone tablets and the scrolls in the silver cases, you'd base on what you've seen before. Lord's Eyeburn would probably pay at least 1,000 gold for that set.
Aye, this is worth a fair amount. Also,
Okay.
if possible, these gems may be the keys to the inscriptions on the tablets, but I'm just useless conjecture at that point.
I'm
However,
not trained in deciphering things. I'll have to have Lord Einsburn help me figure that out. But
I am just going off of what he does every now and then while we're down here.
yes,
It's not my cup of tea.
You have the entire set of the tablets and the gems and the scrolls, right? You have the
I
entire
gathered
set.
everything.
I have the
gathered
magic.
everything. They are all in
As
my.
if,
I have the magic one.
Why
but
did
I don't
walk ahead?
believe that is actually part of the set.
I don't know, maybe.
it's possible.
God damn it.
But
Rolling
still,
so badly on my perception.
things like this tend to be worthless if they're not all together. Shall we?
Come on then. Let's head out. Jortis is getting impatient from the look of it.
Okay.
Need to
I'm
be
not
more careful.
impatient. I'm just waiting for you guys.
Well,
Either
there's only
way-
one more
either way, we
to
can- This is a good set here. The Lord will pay handsomely for this. I've got them unless you wish to carry them. They're pretty heavy. 25 pounds. Oof.
I
However,
can I could carry it with ease. If, like, pull on my mule vac cords a little bit.
If you would, that might actually be good because, admittedly, I may be strong, but if I carry too much, I lose a bit of my dexterity.
Alright, I'll carry them.
Alright then, I'll hand him over the bag of artifacts that I gathered.
1,000 gold pieces of artifacts.
25 pounds.
So if you sold it to like a normal shopkeep, you probably get like 100 for it. But because it's Lord Iceburn and this is kind of valuable to him, 1,000.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, you find the correct buyer for these things.
Yeah, good. Now let us look at this door
I
up
could
here.
probably carry at least another good pounds before I even start to
do
worry
not
about
touch the door.
encumbrance.
Do not
Course
touch
not.
the door. I am
It-
paranoid about these statues. So
They're-
protecting the hell out of the door.
Yeah, Lyle's looking around with his detect magic and see if he's finding anything.
23.
You don't sense any magic.
Okay.
The door is a heavy metal rusted door. But despite being rusted, it's clearly very sturdy and designed to be very difficult to break your way through. The door itself is covered in small inscriptions and writing. On it, though, you really can't make out much of it, except in the center, where you would expect there to be a lock. There is not so much a padlock as there is a set of sliding symbols.
Oh yay.
Interesting.
There is one sliding circle of which has a pair of spheres attached to each other to it, and then two close ones which has two spheres, well, ever slow, just on their own. And then in the center, it's all surrounding a filled-in circle.
Does
Seemingly,
anyone
it's able
remember?
Wow.
Seemingly, it's able to slide in circles.
Anyone remember the altar in the other room? Can anyone replicate that with these sliding things?
There isn't the right symbol, I
Reasonably,
think.
actually.
I Torrin, if you want to give it a try, I'll step
Okay,
back
well-
and allow him to.
First things first, I am going to go over here and I am actually going to write down exactly what is on the altar.
As you walk back there, you can hear a sound from the room before you get in there. So you can move it back. So you kind of move to here. You can almost just hear kind of like a hum from overhead.
I hear something. It's like a hum.
I'll start following.
Humming noise.
What is it? What's going on?
Coming from the altar room.
Sure, I'll go check it out.
So I'm
Wait, no.
going to move.
Why
Wait.
not?
I'm going to move up to here, and I'm going to peek around the corner.
As you peek around the corner, you see you see an individual who is familiar to you, though you likely question why the hell. Also, layers.
Fuck. Okay, I just walk down the center of the room. Tor looks pissed.
He does not initially notice you. Seemingly, he's running his fingers across the inscriptions.
Rylan!
As he suddenly jumps, turns. As you see,
What are you doing down here?
As you see the young lord of the manor, dressed with a chain shirt and even having a shield and weapon with him. He kind of looks at you, kind of startle him.
Why are you down here?
If everyone else is allowed to investigate, why can't I?
Because
Well, for one, did you
you're
notice the
young?
trap right in front of the door?
Yes, there's a chalk line around it.
You're welcome.
And if you hadn't, you could have... Who knows how deep that pit is? Now. The ruins are dangerous, especially these parts. That's why we're down here. We're not here to explore, we're here to clear it out.
He gestures to his shield.
A shield does not make a safe night. It helps, but it is not the end-all be-all of defense. Look at me, I don't use a shield and yet I'm fine.
Temper your courage with intelligence and preparation, Rylan.
If you're rightly prepared for down here, then it's, well,
I didn't just
not bad.
I didn't just follow you without a plan.
Mm-hmm.
If you had made yourself known to us, it would have been much better, because If we hadn't noticed that it was you, we could have attacked you. And trust me, you don't want to get in a fight with us.
Looks at each of you. Yeah, I'd rather not.
And unless you want to start trouble, I would actually recommend leaving. We have barely scratched the surface of what's here, and I'm not confident that there aren't more giant, monstrous spiders lurking in the crevices, the ceilings, as I look up, just to make sure.
There is no giant spiders directly above the kid.
Those things were as big as you were.
He kind of frowns slightly, looking over at the inscriptions which he was running his fingers across before.
Don't worry, I'll allow you to come back down here with us if afterwards, after we're done clearing it out.
But where's the sense of adventure in that? He says with an eager tone.
Well, that's what clearing it out is for. Trust me, we're not going to find everything while we're down here. We're not meant to.
No, we're mostly
nothing...
here to
and I mean,
kill spiders.
there's more. And there's more than enough excitement whenever we come down here after it's been cleared out. Things tend to come back. Why do you think I escort your father then?
There's nothing here right now, so...
No, I mean, because we've cleared it out.
Yeah, so this room's safe at the moment.
This room.
Lyle shouts from the other room. Let him come along. It's good for the kid to get some experience.
No doubt, and admittedly, you are...
He calls around.
Look, admittedly, you are much more athletically inclined than most. I mean, your training is going well, but...
I let the kid come along, personally. I'll make sure he's okay.
If you do, it is on your head, Lyle.
I can accept that responsibility? Lyle just sort of tilts his ears slightly.
Rylan, how good are you with a crossbow?
He considers for a moment.
You were
I'm
just
okay.
determined to get rid of that crossbow.
I'm okay with crossbow.
I just had him a light crossbow and 20 bolts.
He kind of gestures to the fact he has a longbow in his back.
Oh.
He came down here prepared.
Huh.
Well then, if you're armed and armored, just try not to get in the way at the very least.
Just stay.
We work as a team down here. We work as a team down here.
Can I have a second? I was just reading this, so he kind of leans back
Yeah,
over.
take your time.
You can read it.
Actually, these may be useful for opening the door in the other room.
It takes me a bit, but I can read it. Well,
you can read it.
My
of
father
course you'd end up being useful. Of course you'd end up being useful. Why wouldn't you?
He frowns.
He is his father's son, after all.
he frowns like you say, just you'd be useful. But why wouldn't I be useful?
No,
you're a kid.
He's just
in a place you shouldn't be.
He's exasperated.
Here. He does not seem to like your answers.
If you can read that, actually. Here, come over here for a second. I'm going to pull out one of the scrolls.
Comes over and just starts copying down the placement of what he thinks are celestial bodies in the ruins and stuff.
Sure.
Here. Okay, if you will, just come with me. Thorlin is writing down something for now, mostly to do with this door over here. Be cautious of the statues there. We're not entirely sure if they may or may not be constructs.
Not
yet.
constructs.
He looks back and forth, clearly
absolutely sure.
Clearly looking at the room himself.
Lyle's eyes
absolutely
flash.
Sure.
Lyle's eyes flash and look at the statue. Yep, nope, not a hint of magic there.
All right.
I'm just going to use the bathroom real quick.
He kind of wanders up, not wanting to go in front of you because, you kind of said, stay behind.
Yeah. Here, take a look at the door with me. What do you make of this?
he looks over it, clearly in his mind, basically trying to piece it together. Yeah, he's not fluent in the language, but he understands the language. It with some mental effort.
Aye, but it's better than nothing.
As he kind of looks over it, most of this is just messages saying to, like, not come in, stay away. Not much of
Aye,
this.
is that so?
He kind of pauses as he looks over it, kind of gesturing to the circles. There is the inscription below this is a little bit different.
And this is why we get sent to explore these places, because we pay no attention to those signs.
Well, we can't read them.
He seems to smirk at that and try and hold back a laugh.
Aye. We can't exactly read it now, can we, Jortis?
Well, even if we could, I doubt we'd pay it any attention.
He has
oh,
a point
you know
there.
we all pay attention. Especially you, considering.
Oh,
I mean, you found the pit trap. I found the hidden door.
Hidden door. He kind of turns and looks. Oh.
Aye. It leads to an offlet of a small tomb and a fountain.
Tastes like citrus. Tastes like...
Actually, I thought it tasted a bit like stewed mushroom.
the spirits work in strange ways.
Aye.
yeah, it tasted more like a fine ale to me.
Of course it would. Lyle goes
well.
back to what he was doing.
Well, Torn comes
Aye,
by
so-
after a little bit.
So
That's
what?
kind of the inscription in question, which Rylan was about to point out before the banter began, was just those specific circles are just labeled with one short sentence: the armies of dusk.
Armies of Dusk.
And he kind of sees Torin approaching and step back.
You know, you make a good point. Now that it says armies of dusk, behind that door, I'm not really prepared to face an army.
I doubt it's an actual army.
It
There's
won't be an actual army.
I've never been to
Aye,
these tombs
it is-
before. I don't know what to expect.
no. It'll be fine. These tombs, they may
Okay.
have some undead in them, but it is unlikely to find an army
Okay,
of them
well,
down here. And if
Okay.
we do, we'll have to fight through it.
Rylan, just
And
get
if we
back
do, we can
over
run
by
faster than them.
get back over by the fire.
There's no need to get that far, but
Look,
aye, it is
if
safer to be
arrows
further
start
away
flying
from that.
out of this door when I open it, I don't want him that close.
He puts away his sword, he puts away his shield, and draws his bow.
Aye.
Okay, well, what kind of check do you want in order to attempt to open the door?
Well, how are you planning to try and open the door?
Well, I want to try to arrange it as close as possible to the markings on the altar.
Okay, you don't need a check for that. You can try and move them around. Doing such, you can they kind of slide into place. It's a little bit awkward to try and turn them. You don't have the best grip on them. But once they do, suddenly just Torin hears a click.
I think I got it. Or I
Hey.
activated a trap.
Either one, I was right.
As
Aye.
Rylan kind of shouts over, guys,
Yes.
the door just closed.
Which one?
I activated a trap. You see what
Really?
happens, Rylan?
I didn't find anything with a 23. Damn.
No.
Aye. Aye. Well then, I will go
I'm
and
sure we can get it open
check the
again.
doors here. Yeah. Check the doors here and look
Go-
around
go-
them.
Going to the end of the corridor and checking. It seems the door has been sealed shut. You do not see any mechanisms on this side.
Ah. Annoying.
Has the door Torin is at unlocked?
So
No.
it's this door that's shut, right?
No, it
the,
It is the
The one
entrance you
by-
came in all the way down here.
by
Okay.
the
Oh.
original pit trap.
Okay.
The way
Oh,
up just sealed.
that's. No.
Well, the only way
Well-
to go is forward now.
For now,
The door-
though,
the door next
it
door
would be
is
best
not
to get
open.
this door open. It'd be best to get the door back there open as well.
Well, I
Oh.
try to put the tiles back in their original placement.
Okay.
See what that does.
You hear no other sounds.
Lovely.
Rylan, you said that the inscription on there was the Armies of Dusk.
He nods.
What was in the other room?
Oh, the other
Since
room.
apparently on the altar was whatever was needed to activate the trap.
The other room had a lot of different religious things in it, some historical, some prayers. There was one passage that was a bit odd in there.
Hmm?
Aye, what was it about?
As with perfect clarity, he begins to recall what he read, expanding this view.
I see. Battle of the Nine Decadents.
Okay. So from this I can gather these are positions of the suns and the moons here.
So
The armies.
So there should be. I don't think it's so much the armies we have to worry about here as the position of the celestial bodies in this particular block.
make it nighttime.
But I
agree.
think I know when it is actually. Ryland, you said that
Armies
on the
of dusk.
Aye. So where were the soldiers during at dusk? You have the setting sun
Right.
and the moon's peaking full, and the armies underneath it.
Okay, so
Make it dusk.
I guess I'm going to try to, logically speaking, I'm going to try to set what I believe are to be the suns to the left of the center, one of the moons to the right, the moons on the bottom of it.
Okay. Doing so, the stones you were moving kind of slide backwards into the door, and you can hear the mechanism begin to unlock.
Ah.
Hey, I did it.
Thank you, Ryland, for the translation. Clues in there.
He smiles. He smiles a little bit.
Good. Clues in there. You'll be good to have down here. Well done.
Please don't encourage him more.
I think he needs the encouragement.
He's enjoying the encouragement.
Trust me, he'll be fine. Well, I've been training him a little bit in the martial arts.
As long as he doesn't let it go to his head and do something stupid.
Like it has for you,
Aye,
Jonas.
that is true.
Oh, that does remind me. I walk over to Rylan and I hand him a potion of cure light wounds and say, "This is a healing potion. It's not much, but if you get hurt, drink this."
He nods and will attach it to it. He'll attach it to an easy grab like bandolier. Yes.
Oh yeah, how many of those did you actually make for us all?
I made 4 in total. I ran out of resources, of all things.
Aye.
By the way, I'll say meta-wise, if JMac returns while you guys are down here and Sarah can't get in, she can play. JMac can play Rylan.
Okay then.
Dear.
So
Okay,
does that mean
he's stat and he's not actually that bad. He doesn't have like healing potions and stuff, not in how he's one. But
Well, push
Alright,
out the door
so-
then.
so Torn, does that mean
Lyle.
that we all have one?
No.
Oh.
I have 3.
got
on me
3.
still.
But
Okay.
Lyle, can I have that magic scroll?
Lyle takes out the magic scroll and hands it to you.
Rylan, can you help us translate this?
he can certainly, try and help you with it. Of course, since it is a magic scroll, it will require a spellcraft check to understand it.
Or read magic. Who knows? He could be a sorcerer.
Or read magic. Rylan does not have magic though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Watch
So do
me
you need me to
scroll over
roll
magic.
spellcraft, or?
Yes, you will have to roll a spellcraft check, but he can translate what's written on there basically for you.
20.
You would identify that scroll to be a scroll of reduced person.
Huh. Reduced person.
Mhm. Which even Rylan looks at curiously as you say that.
I just kind of tuck it away and go, this is probably not going to come in handy, but I've been wrong before. Anyway, Thorak, the door should be unlocked if you would like to open it.
I will.
How easy is it to open this door now?
It's heavy, but it can be pushed now.
Yeah.
Can we like push
I
it a
will-
little bit so we can see in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you
I'll
want to.
work with Jortes to crack the door.
Because just peeky.
Torn has the lamp though, so
Nothing immediately obvious. Looks like another water grate in there. Another square
Hey,
one,
but-
probably.
does that grate have
Probably more
hinges?
spider.
I think that grate has hinges.
Looks like it might.
Aye. Here,
Possibly.
let's open the door.
Yep.
Everyone except for us get out of line of sight from the door.
Alright. Come on, Rylan. Move over here.
Aye, over behind the
Include you,
statues.
Lyle.
Rylan will accept your orders. You're letting him follow you, so he's content.
Aye, and then we push the door open all the way.
Yep.
Okay.
And
As you
immediately
push-
perception. Oh, what is that?
Yes, I will describe what you see there. Before you is a strange, well, eight-legged construct of some kind, skittering about the floor, seemingly, well, one of its appendages seemingly blowing out a fire, almost like forging that grate, repairing it.
Question:
Yes.
would that happen to be of dwarven make?
Maybe.
I'd guess more gnomish.
Could I try an engineering check then?
These would certainly be an engineering check to try and identify things.
All right then, good. There you go. If it is of dwarven make, I make these checks untrained, so I can make them untrained.
Okay, you look over it. You don't see anything that immediately signifies it to be actually, as you consider. There are some things that make you think that this could possibly be dwarven make. Moreover, looking at it,
Is it?
these are quite peculiar. You've seen like broken bodies of these things, but you've never seen one active down here before. Not one of these ones.
Hey, what's in there?
Interesting. It's a repair
some sort
construct
of-
of some kind.
It does not
Oh,
seem
well.
immediately hostile to you. It just seems to be repairing the grate.
Jortes,
Aye.
move over.
Some sort of spider, just like those toys the gnomes
Well,
make and
I'm
things like
going
that.
to move up to about here and just kind of look around the corner to it and try to identify it myself using the information Bigby's giving me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
it doesn't-
going to perception the bejesus out of whatever I can see.
Boo.
There we go. You're much better at this than
Oh
I am.
my god.
What you think you see before you, Torrent, is some kind of very advanced construct, which the correct term you would believe would be robot, even. In a sense. Which differentiates it from other constructs and said that it technically is intelligent.
That's so.
You
Of
also-
course, magical constructs.
Peculiarly looking over it, you would know, looking at this, it sustained quite a bit of damage from over time. Clearly not able to repair it itself as well, it can repair the surroundings.
Hmm.
If it was to get badly damaged, it might explode.
Hmm.
But
Doesn't
most
seem hostile.
peculiarly,
So
most
so you're
peculiar-
saying I
it
think
does
it
not
to
seem
be
hostile.
intelligent?
So
you're saying I think it to be
you would think it would have some kind of intelligence, yes.
okay.
What level of
Right.
intelligence you're not sure. From what you'd know, they're normally programmed to have basically an initiative. They do
Yeah.
something. They do something based on a series of commands, which looks
Yeah.
like might be repair. What you find most peculiar though is the fact that some of its limbs, of course, are able to shoot out these small beams of fire or plasma
Kind of
to
plasma torch,
repair
great.
things.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thorak,
basically it's got a plasma
Thorak,
torch.
I don't think it's hostile. It's definitely
I
not
agree.
a kind of guard, so I'm going to make my presence known to it. Present myself
I-
as non-hostile.
Here, allow me to. It may be.
it can-
It seems to be of dwarven make. So
It completely
Well,
ignores you
anyway,
and continues to.
I put away my weapons and things
It completely ignores you and continues repairing the
and
grate.
just slowly approach it. Just kind of like speaking to it softly, letting it know that I'm actually approaching. But not
you appro-
close and not
as you
close
approach that
enough
cloak.
to interrupt its work.
As you approach that close, oh god damn it, the door. Door. There you go.
Kind of move him to the
Door
token
ate
layer.
Rylan.
As you kind of approach it, it kind of stops its blowtorching, the hot purple flame stopping, and it kind of turns, and its eye kind of looks up to you. Its individual eye.
I
Allow
just
me.
kind of kneel down and look it over.
This very, very, it kind of lets out this very strange kind of speech, which you don't understand.
Ryland, do you understand this?
Rylan kind of moves up a little bit, kind of like a nervous hand kind of is to his neck. It's like, a bit. It's not. I haven't really heard the language spoke too much. It's not.
Can you give me the gist
No,
of
we
what
don't-
it's saying?
I could be wrong. I think it said welcome back.
Welcome back?
Ah, I see. They're just repair drones. They're not. They don't know much else. It's just they think anyone who enters is their masters.
Possibly.
He's Rylan's clearly not too sure if he got the translation right, but you know he's trying. As he said, you know, people don't really speak this language anymore. It's a dead language.
Mm-hmm. The good news is though, because they look to be repair drones. So, and if they're not hostile right now, it is very unlikely that they will impede our progress. Unless we start crashing the grids and stuff like that. But I doubt that.
Of course. Oh, it's a shame I don't know more about these things. It looks in disrepair. It's such a shame.
We may ask it to, well, go with us.
If only I was playing sideline, I could repair it. Damn it.
Sure. Well,
if Lyle dies here, we might find sideline in here. Who knows?
yeah,
That would be
that's true.
interesting.
Yeah, who knows? Well, here, let's continue on. They shouldn't be of any consequence. Lyle, if you would, did you find anything over there?
No, I'm just making sure nothing comes up behind us.
There's
Far
a
as
few
you-
different paths down this way.
None of you have seen any traps.
Lyle doesn't actually move. He keeps looking down the hallway. You guys continue on looking out around. I'll make sure nothing comes this way.
Do you have a request of who Rylan sticks with? Because he'll, you know, try to remain relatively close. Otherwise, he'll just kind of slingshot back and forth.
Probably stick with Torin. Torin is our medium range guy anyway.
Yeah.
So you're also the most careful. You and me. But I'm in the fights most of the time. So.
Lyle, you
Okay,
know
well, I'm
about
gonna-
religion and stuff, don't
I'm
you?
gonna take
Yeah.
Rylan over to this badly damaged altar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you look at that altar?
Rylan seems to be the current expert in all these things.
Yeah, I know he can translate them and stuff, but you've found, I don't know, symbols to the water spirit or something before?
Yeah.
As Rylan starts trying to look over it and kind of frowns as he does so. He kind of like looks up to Torin and kind of shakes his head. It's too etched out. I can't make any sense of it.
A pity.
Give me a moment. As I move back over to the repair drone,
It kind of turns.
and I kind of kneel down and like open my hands like a cup to it, like I'm trying to gesture that I want to carry it.
It blinks and kind of moves forward onto your hands. The repair drone is heavy, by the way, very heavy.
Oh, that's fine. I have kneel back cards.
It weighs. Let's go ahead and check. I mean, you can probably carry it. You know, you might go into your next load, but you can probably carry
Look,
it.
unless it weighs more than 300 pounds, I'm not worried.
Fair enough. I'm trying to see.
Actually, more than 200.
let's see. It would weigh approximately 160 pounds of metal.
Whew. So yeah, I kind of strain, but I carry it over to the badly damaged altar and try to place it on it.
It sits on the altar and looks at you.
And I ask Rylan if he knows how to ask it to repair the altar in its language.
Ryan considers for a few moments and seemingly gives it a few tries as it kind of then looks at Rylan, kind of nods slightly. You think it's a nod. As the blowtorch kind of definitely goes away, and one of its extensions seems to almost turn into a chisel and starts re-chiseling the whole thing very slowly.
Ah, there we go.
It's going to take a long time for it to re-chisel the whole thing, though.
Aye, we can leave it at this, and it'll finish its work by the time we're ready to leave.
Assuming we find another way out of this place.
If need be, we can force our way out through the doors over there.
You notice Ryan just like looking at the box curiously because I mean he's never seen anything like this before. So.
Oh yeah, Tora is just staring at the thing, fascinated.
Lyle doesn't seem to care. Lyle doesn't.
Aye.
Yeah, now there's two of them.
In my very few excursions to the Conclave, I saw one or two of these things every now and then.
Even the conclave doesn't generally have things, you know, that are
Nothing
actually
this advanced though,
intelligent.
yeah. Aye, nothing this advanced though, just
The
ordinary
conclave
constructs.
has like some clockwork wire. They need to be winded up. This thing doesn't seem to need winding up at all.
All right, well, I'm going to keep an eye on Rylan and our friend here, so you go on ahead a little bit.
Aye, let's explore down this hallway for now.
Sure, you can do such.
Lyle, if you would, just hold back a little bit.
Oh,
Allow me
right.
and George to
Does
detect.
one of you want a torch or something?
No, we have.
No need. I'm gonna pull a sunrod out of my bag and strike it on the wall.
Yeah, we've all got some form of light on us.
I mean, I think every character here has a bit some form of light on them.
Nope.
Okay, everyone but one person, which actually means
You don't
Kid
have
was
the
more,
light spell.
which actually means Rylan was more thoughtful than you were.
Lyle just doesn't care. This is the thing.
Do you not have the light? Oh
He
yeah,
has
you
dark
have
vision.
dark vision.
Ah, that's true.
But you're
That's true.
but you're supposed to like be with us though. So
I know you guys come prepared.
you'd be considerate.
Lyle is just his own
Fine.
thing.
Really, you
Like-
think Jortes comes prepared when last time he blatantly said at one point he forgot to bring the torches?
Boy,
It happens.
I'm glad that I brought some stuff. I'm gonna lean around this corner and look. Shine the light down. A bit windy up here. Be careful.
As you
Let
kind
me
of
go
enter the
first.
room,
Or you want to go first?
Aye.
as the section of hallway seems to be very, very narrow.
I will start moving slowly through, glancing around constantly, keeping an eye out.
The walls are covered in various iconographies of various kinds. You don't recognize most of it, though you do see quite a few eyes.
Oh,
It's in-
yeah, now I get the fucking nat 20.
There we
Jortes
go.
Jortes can tell Forak not to step forward at all. Forak will just step forward at all.
If I spot something, I tell him to fucking stop. I like put my hand on his shoulder and pull him back.
As he sees on the next square ahead, basically, there is a small pressure plate.
Yeah, I literally just grab
Aye.
your shoulders, pull you back, and just stop.
Wait, you don't have to be so rough. Just say something. I'm being cared for anyway.
Yeah, but
Literally,
I
I'm
know
moving slower than I usually do.
But I
This
know
is
what
something
you
to
guys
do.
are like for just stomping around.
Do you honestly think that I'm that careless? I've been down here more than as much as you have.
I know, just old habits and all that.
Here, but yes, what was it?
They'll
Oh,
point down to the ground and like show you the edge of the pressure plate.
I see. You're better at
Hmm.
this than I am.
What, did
I'm
you
slightly
find something?
dexterous, but not that dexterous.
Just more traps.
I'm coming.
Pressure plate.
On Rylan.
Stay back, I got this.
He will stay relatively near to Torin. So
Yeah. I'll back up out of the hallway.
Yep, swap
And-
places. Oh,
Yeah.
token, stop being funny.
I mean, we could just outline the trigger for it and then just...
Well, how
Step
easy
over.
does it look like it would be to avoid it? Come on, I got a nat 20, you can tell me this.
it's not very well. It's been really awkwardly put. Where I mean, it'd be possible to avoid it, but I mean, it would just take a very slight slip and you would fall onto it.
Just let me see if I can disable this. I don't want to have to come rushing down here and snapping it accidentally
Okay,
on the
well,
way out.
everyone, let's just back away. Just
I
back
also-
away.
There's a wall here, so just stand on the other side.
There's no need to back up that far. It's unlikely that it's going to explode that large.
Well,
You
you'd
don't
be
really put
surprised.
traps in it.
You
But you don't really put traps in your room that breaks down your walls, now, do
Well,
you?
True.
the point is, you
Probably
said you said to get back, so Rylan took your orders.
not.
Yep.
I'll just
I said
stay
he's
here.
listening. You
Down here, Torn completely expects like the whole like hallway to just start firing darts or something.
You
That's-
can
that's
you,
likely.
you can tell by Rylan's smile. He almost wants to see that happen.
Yeah, can I take a moment to examine the trap to see what would happen if it was triggered?
Sure, you can try and have a quick look around. I mean, you did roll an 20, so based on you can see a few odd little like holes around in the floor and ground. You think poison darts?
What, just in this little corridor?
Yes. Also, possibly in the corridor you just came from as well, actually.
Okay, so yeah, I'll poke my head around the corner, see Thork still standing there, and there's like, this corridor and the one you're in may be filled with poison darts in a second.
Ugh. Here.
Might want to give it some
Here
more
then.
space.
I'll back up a bit more.
The poison darts extend down this far, for your knowledge.
Good. I'm going to stay as close as I can without actually being in the trap.
Poison
Alright.
darts, you say?
And I mean, besides, I could. Actually, that's a thing. Traps don't make attack rolls, don't they?
They can. Depends on the trap. Some traps make
Yeah.
attack rolls.
Like, would a dart trap be an attack roll, or would that be a reflex save?
Depends on the version.
Oh,
Mhm.
bah.
Some traps do save. Some traps do that. Some traps do just spell resistance.
Ugh.
Alright. Well, quick prayer to the Wanderer, and please like that one. Come on, catch up. 20.
There you go.
The Wanderer,
Below
the Wanderer,
average again.
the Wanderer
Could
certainly,
just taken 10.
the Wanderer certainly gives you enough of a blessing that you do not trigger the trap, and you are able to effectively disable it. You're not able to get to a safe state where you can remove the darts without triggering it, but you get to the state where it's not going to
That's
fire.
fine.
So
Yeah, I hear the satisfying click and like close my eyes, step on the pad, and nothing happens. Okay, guys, I got it.
Alright, that's good. Good to hear.
Best way to test if you've disabled a trap, just try to trip it.
Yep. And I
Let
just
me
make a chalk line of like sort of marking where like the safe zone starts.
players are free to draw on the map as they want to,
I'm
assuming your character
here.
has
I
some form
will.
of chalk or something to draw with.
Okay, then. I would suggest marking the pressure plate lightly here.
Yeah,
Go up
Rylan is very slightly disappointed that nothing exploded.
I can
come
show
on.
you
Don't
some
worry, it's not
explosions
going to be an
later.
explosions.
The point is he has that childish fantasy. He wants that explosion.
I can show you some later when it's not going to take my face off with it.
And he's not vocalizing. You just tell it from his expression that he wants one. So.
Alright, well, I don't trust this corner after the last corner.
Yeah. Torn, if you could mark
So
here
you're still.
as well.
I will
for
tell you. You're
pressure
still
plate.
rolling. You're still rolling off that 31. There are no traps
Oh,
in the current
good.
vicinity.
Good.
I have basically blocks set up. But if you're rolling that 20, you're doing the entire block.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Pressure plate.
Just let me know when the block runs out.
The block runs out in the next room.
Okay.
Alright, come on.
Come on, Rylan.
Sorry, I have to reveal maps as well as move characters.
Oh,
I know.
check in that room. Come on, 25.
You do not immediately see any traps in the room.
Alright, I think it's good, guys.
Right here.
Still
Let me
being
go
very
first in case it.
careful after that.
I trust your trap finding, so I'm going to stay like this now.
I so don't.
So, yeah. I'm guessing I don't notice any unusual stonework or anything.
Jordan's just sort of like hiding behind the wall, just waiting for one of them to scream or something.
Rylan is hiding behind you.
Lyle is turned around, watching the other way, making sure nothing ambushes them.
The room should be safe.
I'm gonna give it another couple of moments.
Don't worry, I've walked around the room enough.
Stop being a coward, get in here.
As a note, that's a little description of the room. Okay.
Five, four, three, two. Okay, come on, Rylan. It should be safe.
Oh well.
Symbol of an eye with a triangle for a pupil. It's the Illuminati.
Where is the eye? Just above the.
It would be this wall over here.
Well, I'm going to search around for anything odd in the stonework.
Lyle's gonna look
Because while
around with detect
You
magic.
could do an active check to search if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an active check this time.
Okay. And use detect magic.
Yep.
Detect magic doesn't show anything in this room. Nothing seems to light up to you. Forok does see a little bit of unusual stonework behind the altar.
Can someone help me move this without damaging it?
I can give it a try.
I could definitely help.
You'll probably need Torin to help because it's damn heavy.
Aye.
And his drag capacity's through the roof.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is true, yeah.
Okay.
Strength check or just a drag? Or just drag?
Rylan.
Mhm.
Come here and see if you can translate anything on here before we move this.
Sure. He'll basically spend a few moments of basically like kind of pushing up past Forok too, so you can get a good view, looking at it. And he'll probably only spend maybe like 10 to 20 seconds, and then kind of step back and just say you can move it.
Aye. And then let's get to work. I'll say, grab an edge. And I'll try and kind of wedge myself behind it to get it to move. Almost there.
At this point, Torin's gonna try to get behind it and just start pushing.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Bit further. There we go. Center of the room should be good. Now, what did I notice back here?
There is a seemingly
yeah.
a
Why
well,
would you want us to move that again?
you see what seems to be a little secret compartment. DC 27
This.
perception.
Aye, this. And I'll
It's
look
a
into
wall.
the secret compartment down here, and I'll point it out to them.
As with a little bit of fiddling, you could open it if you wish.
Yeah, I'll do it.
It contains the grand total of. So you're going to give me a second after this because I need to write down what I roll.
Ooh, okay.
See, it would be a grand total of 170 gold pieces in old style coinage, which can be traded into the Lord of the Manor.
Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Hey, this looks very interesting. These coins are very old as well.
Rylan can also double confirm that, yeah, there is a collection of them in the manor.
Aye, I see. Here, Torin, here, if you'll carry these then.
Alright.
Put them in artifacts. It's
I did.
50 to the pound. I'm right for coinage, so.
It is, each coin weighs 0.1 of a pound, so or 0.01 of a pound, so you have to have 100 coins per pound. 100 coins per pound. I believe.
Okay, that's a bit lighter than on the SRD then.
And the
That's
coins.
good.
These coins are
I'm
relatively
fine.
quite light.
I'm fine for 11 without worrying.
Yeah,
Another 11
1.7.
pounds.
Anyway, one sec. I need to quickly go to the toilet and then write down how much money I just rolled for you because I just rolled it. And then I will. Then we will continue.
These may be
Yay.
worth more than this if we may be able to get a bit more from the Lord for this instead of just 1 for 1. I mean, these are ancient coins, so
It's possible, but I'm not going to try and push my luck.
if he offers more, we'll take it, but otherwise, no. Aha! I'm really glad I have stone cunning because I would not have seen that.
Yeah, it was kind of fortunate.
And I mean,
Besides, he probably is. I mean, if you look at it logically, it's probably not 170 coins, but it's probably just like a collection of coins that is worth 170.
That could be, yeah. But I mean, we haven't like, what am I trying to say? We haven't appraised them or anything yet, so. Really glad that you got those mule back cords.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap! Imagine if I had those though. I would have a.
Yeah, but you
like
don't carry
carrying-
around 100 pounds of equipment on a regular basis.
That is true. I would have the equivalent of 24 strength though for carrying. And I mean, it's still useful for me. It means I can carry that stuff and still be a monk.
Mm-hmm.
Because once I hit medium load, I'm kind of screwed in that respect. Yeah, what? I'm gonna look that up. Like,
Donut breakfast.
how much carrying capacity do I actually get from 24 strength? Dear crap. 24 strength, you can carry 233 pounds
Okay.
and still
I'm
be in
back.
light
That's a lot.
load.
Mm-hmm.
Dear
Give me-
crap, that's a lot.
Okay, 1 second. Scroll down. I need to write down because I
So
haven't.
I guess if
my notes for session 3.
if we ever do need to carry anything really heavy, I can strap on the muleback cords.
Well, if we need to
what-
carry anything really heavy, I have an open extract. I can just prepare ant haul.
How many gold?
Or that, yeah.
Pieces I rolled? How many gold pieces of old coins I rolled there?
170.
170. 170.
Okay. So I need to make little notes because I haven't been doing my notes so far in the session. So,
That was really nice though. 3 maxes on the 3 maxes
And no
3
minimal.
and 2. Yeah, no minimums.
yes, you've got 170 gold pieces of ancient coinage, 1,000 gold pieces of ancient artifacts recovered, 5 sets of spider glands.
Working on that badly damaged altar over there, and
Yes.
Rylan has transcribed this or committed this
And-
stuff in this room to memory.
And you're allowing Rylan to follow closely.
I
Because you need to make little notes. Okay, and
we haven't
Who
even
knows? Maybe he'll gain a
Barely
class
explored
level after
anything.
this.
I
yeah,
mean, he
barely
already has levels, just admittedly he has NPC levels.
we've explored a decent chunk of this, but
Yeah, we've still got like the middle path and like 3 paths to the left.
yeah.
Also, your
that's-
DM has chocolate.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I just ate donuts.
I haven't eaten anything today yet.
Anyway, okay. So we can resume now.
All right then.
Time resumes.
All right.
You see
Everyone
Rylan
fine
basically
here?
sitting down against the wall. He's pulled up a piece of paper basically and is basically written down everything he saw on the altar.
Smart move.
Lyle's looking at the eye on the wall.
It almost creepily seems like it's staring back.
Don't stare at it too much.
Hi.
You know it's not magic.
Careful of that.
You know it's not magical and it's not actually looking back, but it looks like it by the way it's been drawn.
Yeah.
The art in these places is really creepy.
I poke it in the pupil.
It blinks.
No, it doesn't.
You know, of all the places for there to be for there to be a button for a hidden door, though. That's a good one.
Yeah, I was thinking it.
After a few moments, he will even hand you a common translation of what he saw.
Okay, good.
Hey, thank you. Hmm.
It's Eldritch Gaze. Oh, great.
Well, no, that's not entirely true. Eldritch it's often used to refer to the arcane,
Yeah, and it's
such as the
rarely a
Eldritch
good
Eyes
thing.
that you might find a wizard every now and then to have.
And it's rarely a good thing.
Yeah. One for the snow, one for the one for the mountain, one for the forest, and one for the sands.
Hmm.
One I've left and always grants success.
This doesn't seem so elaborate as to contain one of these crowns. This doesn't seem like this
It
were
may
any
be a clue
kind of royal tomb. I would guess it would be much more well defended.
This seems more of a history area.
Well,
This is for
history can have its own riches.
This is most likely from just people marking down their histories and everything, leaving them beyond these altars.
Rylan, stop having the boot. Get up.
Yeah, stop sitting down on the job.
Lyle, where are you going? Careful. Well, I guess you can step there, but best not to.
I could probably jump on it and not care.
I wouldn't advise
Best
it.
not to. Yeah, best not to try.
How's our
How's
mechanical
our
friend
little buddy
getting
over here
along?
doing?
It's still going to take quite a bit more time to do it.
Middle path now, or do we want to go left?
Let's try the middle. I saw another one of the little constructs up there, so.
Yeah, you've got another little friend.
It seems to tinker away at the grate.
Let
Let's
it
see
do
how
its
he's
work.
I'm so tempted to break these other grates.
Yeah, let's
That
try and
would be
avoid him.
No, don't damage the area.
I'm
It
not
will.
going to.
Unlike when Torin approached the other one, this one does not turn to face Borok.
I'm not approaching him to. I'm just walking next to him.
Wait.
So.
It doesn't like you.
Wait. Lyle stops
does-
Torin behind him.
Hmm?
Lyle stops.
Oh, you stopped me?
Yep.
Okay.
Everyone go through. Keep going for a second. I want to test something.
I'm moving through. I've got my sun rod out.
And one sec, I will
Searching
reveal.
ahead of us.
I will reveal some more.
Torin, approach that
Thinking.
one.
Okay.
Immediately as Torin becomes within 5 feet of it, it turns to look at him.
Knew it. It's the eyes.
Hey, that is
Hold
odd.
on. I back up and say, Rylan, approach that.
He looks at you curiously, walks up. The robot turns and looks at him.
Yep.
Interesting.
Which means Renan would probably also get a similar reaction.
Oh, whoever used to own these ruins probably had your style of eyes, and which means my prophecy applies to these ruins.
Oh, lovely.
Right.
Lovely.
Now Rylan looks just fascinated by the robot
That's
again.
the case, then these may or may not have been your ancestors. Long ago.
Yes, these robots
My
were your ancestors.
Not the robots,
ancestors,
but-
I sincerely doubt it.
Lyle pats Rylan on the head.
It may have been their
Congratulations, you now have a
ancestors.
construct army.
These ruins are many thousands of years old.
He looks at you with a mischievous smile, clearly considering if he could try commanding them.
If you learn their language
Please
well enough,
do
you might
not
be able
tempt the
to.
boy.
Lyle, stop.
Aye.
He's an incorrigible.
Aye, let's move ahead.
It's good to have missions.
Though
But yes, I sincerely
The
doubt
alien-
these have anything to do with my ancestors. My ancestors were more of a warrior class, to my knowledge, or more
it seems
of a warrior caste. I
it
should
seems
say.
these are very very warrior-like as well.
The next,
Oh, well.
the next chamber you seem to walk into seems to have been well. You would guess there used to be like more stone panels up. There seems to be 2 robots in here, furiously working on piping.
Yep. I got a 29 for searching ahead.
You don't see any traps.
Or
Just these
anything
robots
that
skitching
affects
around
that.
doing piping work.
Hey.
They're allowed.
The pipes,
Rylan, how do you
the
say
pipes
excuse
are,
me?
The pipes are clearly warm. Excuse me. He'll take a few seconds and tell you what he thinks is the correct way of saying excuse me.
Okay. Lyle's gonna sit now that Jortis is confident that there's no traps. He's gonna walk ahead and say "excuse me" to the robot.
Uh,
Thank you, good sir.
avoid the pipes. They seem to. Looks like they're filled with steam or something like that. I mean, the room,
Either that or-
the room
either steam-
before
Either steam or
was
hot
very
water.
steamy. Aye. It's odd. Jartis, you want to move up where Lyle is?
Everything in here smells
Indeed.
strange.
Get back to the point with me.
The smell is your sense of smell is really having trouble in here with just all of the dust. And though admittedly the amount of steam in the previous room did help a little bit.
Is there a slightly
Exfoliating.
oily smell?
Hmm?
Would there be
There
like
is
a
an oil-
slightly oily smell?
There is an
Smell?
oily smell around, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thought so. Aye, here, let us
You-
continue.
These robots do indeed have oil in them. The next chamber is actually lit.
Yay.
Oh, that looks.
That looks
Now what is
not
this?
inviting at all.
No, that looks. oh, that
I
looks good.
recommend go first.
Aye,
My
Jortis,
roll
if you
20
could.
is running so badly at the moment.
You know what? I'm going to decide to take a more active look at this room.
It's been quiet, so I just sort of glance over it.
It seems to be a relatively empty stone room with four magically lit braziers producing no heat.
No traps or
a-
anything that I can
Not that you can
detect in the
see.
stone.
There is of course the nice there is a nice grate under here filled with water, and unlike every other source of water, it's not moving.
It's a
Some kind of
pond.
pool.
All of the other
Aye.
ones you've seen so far have been moving in a direction.
Aye, probably just for looks.
Some kind of cistern, maybe?
Could be. Entirely possible. However, we have another door up here.
The door up ahead does not have as many fancy inscriptions on it.
Do we wish to
So-
continue ahead or do we wish to go back?
The door up ahead does have one minor thing seemingly missing from it. There's a
Aye.
large hole where it seems something is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It
Seems
looks like
they're
we're not
missing
going to be able
the
to
key.
continue on further anyway.
I could probably try to bypass that, but chances are what's missing is around here somewhere.
Aye, especially considering these robots seem to keep things in repair.
Hmm.
So that means the
Yes.
key, it must be missing, like... Here,
Well,
let us
Torrance is
go
gonna
back.
make his way back out.
Aye,
Sure.
I'll
Yeah.
agree and start heading this way. Here.
Mm.
Still have the western portion of this to explore.
Well,
Another guard
considering we
again.
have no reason to choose any of these paths over the others, I recommend this direction.
Well, now we do. Look to the north and to the west, we see 2 more guardians.
I don't have any reason to care about them.
Aye, but it is best if we keep them in our sight. Or at the very least, be mindful of them.
If
Try
we
not to
were going to be
disturb the
attacked by
ruins too much.
if we were going to be attacked by constructs, I imagine the little worker drones would have alerted higher guardians.
That is true, I guess. And though I mean we haven't really done much to disturb the ruins, have we? We've opened a grand total of a chest and found a secret passage and a couple things like that.
Wait a minute. Lyle stops and thinks a moment, and then goes back to his little worker friend who's working on the altar, and then does detect magic on it.
It is very slightly magical.
All right. He goes back to about here, and then stares at this statue.
The statue is very slightly magical.
I would, yeah. Torin is right for worrying about these, not worrying about these, because he really shouldn't. These are worrying. Worry statues. Statues of worrying. They're constructs.
Aye. Is that so?
Yes.
Well, just don't try anything
Well, then
too
just pay the
damaging.
just pay them respect. Keep your weapons sheathed. Lyle
Thorok
looks at his
chuckles a
shield.
bit. Thorok chuckles a bit.
Rylan behind you
Aye.
like puts his bow away.
Aye. We should. Though we should be good as long as we don't
If we make
damage the
ourselves look
runes too much.
non-hostile, and we pay proper respect, logically speaking, nothing should have a reason to attack us unless it's very hungry.
And Lyle.
Or they think we're thieves.
Oh, and Rylan, prepare to think of a phrase you could probably say to make them stand down as their master or something.
He suddenly has a moment of like, you know, where he's like digging through all the language he's learned. Like, how do I pronounce this?
Just halt.
I mean, it's basically someone looking at a page of Latin, like, I can read this just fine, but how do I pronounce that?
Yeah.
Oh, Latin's easy to pronounce.
Not
Yes.
for someone who's not used to trying to pronounce it.
Okay,
Yes,
Nakawi.
Lots of long vowels. Here,
Well,
let's head down this way then.
yeah, let's head away from the Guardians for now.
It's a good plan.
Keeping my eye out just in case I notice anything.
Ah,
Ah, well, I don't think there's
I
anything
I
this way.
noticed something.
We seem to
You
have
know-
had a collapse over here.
Yes, quite clearly that section of the cave has collapsed.
Let's try to avoid that. If we go digging, we may shift the rubble too much.
Rylan.
Alright.
Lyle,
I
go
avoid-
meet Rylan.
I avoid the avoid the statues a bit.
Well,
I'd
we have
like
to
yeah,
we have to approach one of them,
perception-
so I'm going to approach this one.
Hang on, perception down there before you move.
Just be- You don't see anything right now that's out of the ordinary, other than the fact there's like these big statues.
Yeah, they're ordinary from around here.
They are,
I want to try something.
sure.
I'm just going to move to about here and just bow politely to the statue
Okay.
and just move over here.
Follow and look.
Doo-doo-doo.
There seems to be another altar.
Come along around.
Oh, hey. Lyle waves from going the other way.
The Ryan kind of looks around, clearly very distracted by the statues. Just like you can see, like little inscriptions on their bases, and like, kind of, yeah.
If you guys want to head out ahead, I can keep with Rylan because he wants to inspect the statues a bit more.
Well, there's an altar here.
Yeah, is
Aye, there is
anything-
also another altar.
Can you
He
have a look at
turns.
this altar for us first?
He goes over, peeks up, getting onto his tiptoes so he can read it properly, looking at all the bits of it.
I lift him up.
He seemingly gets a disapproving frown, but doesn't say anything.
I'm going to, since past experience dictated, I'm going to look around and see if there are any more secret compartments around this. Ugh.
No.
Nope.
You think
Yes,
there
Torin,
is?
Haha! Is there any secret compartments around that?
No, you don't see any secret compartments around that.
Goddamn. Wasted a 20.
There are strange
I'm just-
grooves in the ceiling
Looking
here
in this direction.
and here.
Strange grooves. Can I
Mhm.
get some sort of idea of, like, what the grooves might be used for? Like, does it look like something would slide out of the wall, out of the ceiling, or...
You're not entirely sure. Maybe there was a door here once. You're not.
Hmm.
There's no clear indications. Just there is a groove there. It's really hard to make out though.
Well,
A
I'll
Groove in
point
the
at-
ceiling.
Yeah,
Is there
I'll
a
point-
matching groove in the wall or anything?
The wall has a few marks on it, but nothing that's like a groove.
Yeah, I'll point it out to the others and just say,
So, what do you
"Careful, we
think?
might get sealed in
Some
here
kind of-
again."
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Aye,
Lyle,
be on the
for
lookout.
runs off, grabs a few bricks. And places them underneath the groove.
I guess if if the if it does drop some walls, giving us a bit of a handhold might be good. We might be able to pick it up.
Exactly.
As Ryan's kind
I'm
of
thinking.
Ryan's going to spend some time continuing trying to read it. Clearly struggling with this one a little bit, but
I keep on the lookout for any kind of mechanisms that might activate something.
Yes.
Let us move ahead.
Probably more in the center. There we go.
Just look
Hey,
after Rylan while he's doing his translation.
All right.
Me and Georges will scout out a bit.
I'm just gonna move over here.
Well,
he's already looked over it, so he can do his translation pretty much anywhere now. He's memorized the whole thing. He's just trying to work out what it means at this point.
Good. I'm checking for any kind of stonework related traps or anything like that. Like any traps in the stone or anything like that.
I'm hoping to ride off my 20.
Yeah, you can ride off your 20 just fine. You can ride off your 20. This whole area is one block.
Oh, good. Okay, so either way, both of us did pretty well.
The room up ahead seemingly has
That
some...
is odd.
Yes. The area overhead has seemingly some kind of large, kind of like pedestal on it, which has a fist-sized ruby.
I lean back around the corner and just shout, "Guys, we found like a proper decent altar type thing here."
Lyle comes
forward. This seems.
Don't touch the ruby.
Of course.
That would be a poor idea.
Alright, come on, Rylan.
Lyle's gonna walk up and not touch anything. He's gonna cross his arms and sort of puff at his pipe a bit, and he's gonna roll in religion.
Just
why not?
Observe from around the corner there, just in case it shoots fire or bolts or something.
It may be trapped.
Nope.
It looks red to me.
Unlike most of the other rooms, this room doesn't even seem to have any inscriptions on it.
There aren't any inscriptions.
Where were these earlier?
Well, the good news is you can probably find any traps that are in
Well,
here.
Georges can most certainly see that ruby is preventing something from moving. Some kind of mechanism.
Yeah, I will definitely point this out to everyone and repeat, do not touch the ruby.
But it's really red.
Okay. No, Lyle, go watch Rylan.
I'm being
go watch Rylan.
Do I have any idea
go watch
if I'll be able to like substitute the ruby? Or like disable the thing?
Well, first, I'm going to say, first, Torin, you're very good at arcane things, and this altar seems very magical in nature.
Does it seem arcane or religious?
It's not clear. There's no like markings anywhere. It's just a ruby. Seemingly, the altar itself.
I just kind of say there's no way to tell.
I see. That ruby, though, that is a very nice ruby.
What are these three found-looking things?
The three fountain-looking things that are seemingly letting out what seems to be small amounts of like steam, in a sense. But it's just small little amounts. Almost kind of what you saw from the pipes, in a sense.
I'm going to go up to it and sniff it real quick. See if it has any kind of distinct smell.
It does, actually.
What does that smell?
Question is, how good are you at identifying smells?
I don't know. What kind of check would that be?
Two of us are.
I think Torin would be the better person to attempt this.
Well,
but
if it had...
Let's see.
Well,
it is not cooking.
Checks. Okay, it is not a type of...
Why are you smelling that?
Because it's just an idea that I might have had. It may be some kind of incense or something else. do you think?
I give it a smell.
You can smell it far better than everyone else could.
Great, half the party's getting high at the moment.
It's
Sniffing
I'm
the
getting
fumes.
high.
Torin would recognize the smell actually. It's almost like the smell of what would happen if bone ended up getting like got heated really, really hot. The bone meal beginning to like vaporize.
That's
That's
odd.
Hmm.
I don't like the sound of it.
By the way, for Jortez, you could try a sleight of hand to like replace it quickly.
No.
No.
No, you're not,
Just
not good
no.
at sleight of hand. Oh, great.
No idea that if I could just like disable it, then stop it triggering if
You
it
don't-
was removed.
You don't see any easy way you could do that.
No.
Not without like tearing this entire room apart piece by piece.
Tempting, but no.
It would take you hours or days even.
I might come down next time we have some off time and have a go at it.
Yeah, I have the distinct feeling we should not touch that ruby.
I believe we should.
On the other hand,
Show it
the
to
door
him.
did have a large fish-sized hole in it.
I
It
think I know what the key is.
did.
I think
But
the ruby
this
is the
is,
key.
of course, it is.
Does
Jortez
anyone
also
think
does
they
notice
might be
something
able to...
else, by the way.
Mhm.
Part of the floor you passed back here.
Where's
It looks
here?
like it could be moved.
Part of where?
The floor back here. These tiles could all be moved, though not from your side.
I can't see where you're pinging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Should be able to.
not seeing a ping.
Like
On a
this
draw.
high bit.
Well, which
I know
room
why
is
you
it?
probably can't see it. I know why you probably
Are
can't
you
see
not
it.
pinging on
You're
our
on the wrong
layer?
layer.
There it is. Okay.
There we go.
Ah.
Do a
So
draw out instead.
I think some of them might be able to be moved.
You're pretty sure
Well-
that whole section can be moved, but you don't think it can be done from your side.
It would have to be done from like down there.
No,
Yeah.
from whatever's on the other side of it
Oh,
could
from
move.
underneath there.
Almost like a
Oh.
trapdoor coming up.
Door.
It's
Okay, well, I
I think that might be
draw
from-
it out in chalk.
I think I know what that might be. That might be activating guardians if the ruby is disturbed.
Very possible.
Maybe.
If all else fails, we can just take the ruby and get ready to fight whatever comes up.
I would really rather not.
I would as well, but
I could
unless
try doing
Jortes
the
thinks he
old-
can.
I could try doing the old substitution. My hands are not quick at all. But it's an option if we can't think of anything else.
Hands aren't that quick.
Well, I have
my
I'm,
depth.
trained,
dexterous.
I'm not trained in sleight of hand.
Me
I
neither.
have 3 decks, I'm not trained in sleight of hand.
Well, it's
Yeah,
better
I mean,
than
I
better than
could.
mine. I'm taking -1 to it, I believe.
I mean, I have a +0 right now.
Yeah, you would be the best. You can try.
I
If we want
wouldn't
to,
recommend. I wouldn't recommend trying, but I mean,
No.
logically speaking, this would be that key we need.
It's
Well,
not.
I don't particularly want to try, but like you say, it's
Here,
the key,
let's get
probably.
Lyle and Rylan here though. If guardians do come up out of this, then we're going to want them to be ready for a fight.
I don't know. I think I'd rather find a way out of here and come back with a little bit more of a team.
Perhaps we can get someone that will aid us in this. Someone a bit more dexterous of hand.
I mean, of course, do you think you could just simply stop the mechanism from activating?
In theory, but I'd probably have to take apart half this room to do so.
We have nothing but
Yep.
time.
If I examine this movable floor itself, do I think there's any way for me to just jam that so it can't open.
Put something really, really heavy on top.
You think we can move the altar over here?
So you think
Ryland's
it's gonna
already-
move? So you think it's gonna move up?
Yeah.
Apparently, I do.
It should move upwards.
Okay, I could probably move that altar.
I have an idea as well.
Here, I can help.
I'll
Actually,
move
yeah.
one of those
Ryland,
statues.
Ryland looks around the corner.
Ryland, Lyle, come over here. We are probably going to need your guys' help.
Or, if it's anything to do with strength, I'm not your man.
We're gonna
Well,
steal
no.
the ruby.
Oh, but we might. This ruby up here seems to be the key to the door up to the north.
Oh, okay.
However, if your test fails to, well, replace the ruby quick enough with something
Didn't-
else of equal size and weight,
Didn't Jortes, he kind of gestures up to the kind of the groove he pointed out in the ceiling?
Yes, I saw that.
And Ryland will
I-
actually point out to you, he could found another one of those over here.
Yeah, there was two.
we know it is. It's likely that this door may close, though. The main problem is that there's a trap door over here that it may lead to guardians of some kind coming out when the ruby is removed. It's not going to be easy, though. Actually, we could probably move the altar to block open a door.
Well, we either use it to block the trapdoor or to block open a door. We don't have... Unless you want to drag an altar from
I
the opposite
mean-
side of the building.
If
I
if
don't
I
think
were
that
going
would
to
be a
do
good
something,
idea.
I'd move the altar over to there and use it to sort of stop it from closing down on top.
Lyle is looking at the statue. Rylan, you know about that thing I suggested you figure out how to say, right?
He nods,
Do you think you can do that in reverse?
blinks.
I'm wondering if you can actually activate this statue and tell it to go stand somewhere.
He commands the statue to do something. You're not sure what he commands. The statue doesn't do anything.
Shame. I guess it needs an activation first. Oh well.
As he kind of looks, so Ryan kind of looks. He's looking at the great back. Well, this kind of bit here, with kind of a curiosity, and then says,
Do you notice anything?
I think I haven't. I think I might know how to open it if it closes. Maybe.
Oh.
I
Is
guess.
that so? How? How so?
He kind of gestures to some of the inscriptions, which of course you can't read.
Of course not, yeah.
It's a guess, but there are like little clues on them which he kind of straightens himself up confident. I'm pretty sure I can open it.
Do you have to open it from out there or from in here?
Aye. Which way?
He takes into consideration. He thinks he would need to be on the outside of it to open it. He doesn't think he could open it from the inside.
Aye.
Okay, so we obviously have to split up.
I'll stay with Rylan.
Here,
I
well,
feel
just
I
in
should probably
case.
stay with Rylan.
I don't.
Well, I'd just like to suggest move the altar on top of the trapdoor. Everyone else
Okay.
get the hell out here in case these things activate and you need to keep Ryden alive while he gets me out.
Okay.
Here,
I mean,
we can
if,
try
if
that.
someone else has a better plan, I am all ears. I don't particularly want to get stuck in here.
It makes sense.
Unless Rylan is better than
You know-
you at
You know,
the
what you
sleight
want-
of hand tricks.
no, he's not.
I
think so.
Put ranks in.
I would still feel more comfortable just tearing this place apart, but
Which I will say.
But
will
I
take
would rather us
days.
not, yeah. It would not be a good idea. I don't think that our boss would be too pleased with that.
Yeah. I
really
don't want the spiders coming
exposing
and being
mechanisms,
annoyed.
being able to tell him how they all fit together. I could label everything. It would be fine. He could completely recreate it if he wanted to.
If you wanted to make it, if you wanted to label it all like that, that's going to take you even longer.
Hey, that would take a very,
We
very
have
long
noth-
time.
We have nothing but time.
I also don't want to annoy
Aye.
those robot spiders that seem to want to rebuild this place.
Aye, that as
That's
well,
true enough.
and any other construct guardians that might appear.
Yes.
Here, let's move this over to the
Hmm.
trapdoor, though. We know we're going to be doing that.
I wonder if we could ask one of those spiders to remove it for us.
What do you...
Like,
Hmm.
get the spiders to grab the ruby.
I don't think so. They don't seem to be very dexterous in that regard.
Well, they might have some sort of deactivation command for the trap, maybe?
It's unlikely.
possible.
These are drones, though. They're very
They
small and very...
speak.
Aye, that is true. Perhaps we
Rylan,
can have Rylan ask them. Ask one of them.
Ryan looks to you.
we're gonna go pick up a friend. We kind of move over here.
It will crawl. Yeah, if you do the same thing before, it will kind of like crawl onto your arms if you do the same gesture.
Yep, and I kind of like bring it over here. I kind of I just sort of set it down with Rylan and see if he can get a feel for just how much it will obey him.
He spends a few moments trying to like give it different orders and different commands. Not a lot really. Like after a bit, he kind of looks over and kind of shakes his head. It doesn't really want to do very much.
Okay,
He can tell it to like move back and forth, like over to there or over to there. But you can't really. For example, he tried making it. He tried asking it to take Lyle's shield.
okay. How do you
What shield?
ask it? How do you ask command it to, I don't know, take Lyle's shield, just for an example?
He will say out how he believes you would say it to you.
I try to say the same thing to the spider, or authoritatively.
Don't take my
It-
shield.
It just blinks and doesn't do anything.
Okay.
It might not be programmed to recognize Lyle or the shield.
My shield.
It was just a
Try-
test.
Try asking it to open the northern door.
Be possible, but
It
I don't
might-
think it could replicate the key needed.
No, maybe not, but it might be set up so that, if it's asked to do that command, it automatically does, like, goes and gets
Well,
whatever's needed
first
for
let's
it.
get this altar moved, and then we're going to try something with the spider, I guess.
Okay.
Aye. Yeah. Hop in.
It's heavy.
Right. Push.
Well, Dark, before we got to that point, I would have actually moved it over to here, over to the right, while we still had it, like, over here. Because I know how to move furniture. I do it quite a bit.
We're also going to have to turn it. Here, turn it. Turn it a bit
Okay.
so that we can get it. Yeah.
Can I tell which way it opens? Like, is the slot horizontal or vertical?
Alright, just one more tile over. There.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean,
How does
in
it
that-
seem to open?
The way Jordan thinks it would open in its current state, he doesn't think it could be open unless whatever's trying to come through is really, really strong. Even that would slow it down.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm
So
gonna go
let's
Should at
give
least
it a-
slow whatever's...
Spider and Rylan.
Aye,
What was that?
that should at least slow it
I
down.
get the spider and Rylan and bring them over here.
He comes over kind of nervously. Spider comes over as well.
Keeps a close eye to make sure he doesn't try to filch anything.
What?
I know what kids are like.
He's not that bad. He's careful. He knows this place is dangerous.
Good. Aye, he wouldn't be here if he was
Okay.
that, like... And you want to talk.
Hey, hey,
Now,
I don't.
can you ask the spider to disable the trap?
He asks us. He says something to the spider. Spider doesn't do anything.
What's the word for disable?
He can say it to you.
I kind of say it to the spider pointing at the ruby, and everything, trying to gesture for it.
Nope.
No, it does not seem to want to cooperate.
Aye, it seems Jortes is going to be our
Well then,
best bet for one bit.
Sigh.
okay, well, everyone out. I
Take the
kind of
spider
just
with you.
bring.
I mean, he could probably ask it to try and pick it up, but he doesn't, that might not. That's just
Yeah,
gonna trigger
no,
things.
that's.
Please
That's
take the
not-
spider with you.
Yeah, I'm bringing the spider with me.
He tells the spider to follow him.
Hey, be careful.
I'm always careful. Just sometimes the world isn't.
Alright then, let
Okay, Rylan, get
Remember, you
ready
can
to,
still
to
nat 20.
disable this trap as quickly as possible.
aye.
And
And if
be
those bricks
careful
stop it,
about
we
the
might be able to.
statues.
Aye, that's true as well.
We know they're magical. Be careful about them.
You find Lyle just trying to offering a pipe to one of them, going, "What?"
Aye.
Ryland does not seem scared of the statues in the slightest. Looking at them.
Either way. Yep.
Alright. Well,
Alright.
I'll fetch something like about the same size and weight as what I think the ruby might be. And
Yeah.
shout down to the others that I'm doing it and go for the old switcheroo. Shit.
11.
That is not. You are not quick enough. You get the gem. Good news.
Right. I start pegging it with the gem.
You do. However, for everyone else, they do immediately hear a crash. Also, the shattering of bricks as the bricks are
Oh.
split in two.
Yep.
Oh, I
Well,
knew
that didn't
there'd be
work.
fucking doors.
Secondly, Jortes can hear a bang
I'm
Something's trying.
running. I am pegging it.
as we will change over to initiative for this.
Okay then.
As something is coming.
Oh, really?
Oh, God.
Stop with the low rolls here.
Also, by the way, as soon as the clashing comes down, the
The
little
statues.
spider right next to Rylan its eyes seem to change color.
That's why I wanted it out of where I was. I thought it might get pissed.
As Rylan can very quickly tell you what it says. Intruders detected.
Crap. Rylan, can you tell it to can you inform it that there aren't intruders?
We'll wait for his initiative to see if he can pull that off.
Okay. Hi. And if not, just work on the door.
So, out of curiosity, what was the DC to do the switcheroo?
It was the same DC as it is to pickpocket someone. DC 20.
I could technically do it, but I would have needed like a 17 plus.
Yeah.
Basically,
You
you would
should
have
train
to
sleight of hand.
It's basically you would
I
pickpocket the
probably
altar.
will next level.
Ah, it's good to know Aquila could just walk up to it and go, "Ooh, Ruby."
Basically, yeah.
I mean, he was able to put something in its place. If he just took it out, it would not be enough.
That is true.
Oh, well.
However, I'm rolling
Look
for
at
the enemies here, not those not all Rylands. I hadn't Ryan impersonated because I was
Oh,
role playing.
Only 3 of them?
3 spiders.
One
130. No.
Oh, probably because the other one is damaged.
No, these ones look equally damaged. The thing is, the other one is currently busy
Oh.
with another command.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good to know.
We still have our friend.
Actually, yeah, the others were busy working on the pipes, though.
Yes, but they hadn't been issued a command.
Wait a second. If they're busy working on a command, then that means.
They were just doing the automated tasks.
Oh. Well, you
They
know
are
what
set-
that means.
However,
Also, you need to. Me and Lyle need initiative slots.
I mean, everyone else auto put themselves into initiative, so
Yeah. It's
That's it.
odd.
Yeah,
they had
you
themselves selected.
You really need to do that more often.
There you go. Go ahead and enter in your own stats. They grab the
Damn
stat block for the thing trying to get through the floor.
Oh no.
I'm so glad
Probably
we put
some
that
kind of
altar there. I'm so
Yep.
glad.
Yes, it will not come up in round 1 and lock you in that room.
So glad.
It's 19.
Lyle goes first anyway.
And then the last thing I need to do is quickly click on you, and you, and you, and character sheet. Let you load up. Is it in core? It's in core, isn't it? Maybe.
Yeah.
Should be in
Core.
core.
Yes.
Initiative is core. Hey.
He's involved in the combat, so I have to add him.
He rolled very well.
I mean, he's not he kind of expected something to happen in a sense. He didn't know what, but.
And oh boy, did something happen.
Mhm.
I told you guys it wouldn't go well.
Lyle will be first to react by the little robot turning hostile.
Don't smash it.
I'm gonna say, is it a bonus action to put a pipe back in your mouth?
You can do that as a
That's
free
a free
action.
action.
Sweet. Okay. One action.
It's difficult to talk while having a pipe in your mouth, however. Like
Do
that.
it. There you go.
And run away.
Nope, he's gonna stand there and get ready.
Like what? Prepare an attack on approach, or
No, but he's just watching out because he knows what was over there as well. If that spider went mad, he knows the other ones might have.
okay.
So he's checking.
Which case,
Rylan, command the spider.
as something is trying to get through the
open the
floor next to
door.
Jortes.
That's true. Thing did just bump
yes.
against the door.
As Rylan,
Tell it we're not intruders. We're coming home.
Or
We're
give it a
reclaiming
command.
False alarm or something like that.
he can try.
Linguistics check?
The robot doesn't seem to obey him.
Don't think it's going to work now.
No, Rylan shall then, since that took up his action, will draw his shield in preparation to be attacked and step back.
Dang nabbit. At least step towards the door.
He still needs to work on the door. Don't worry,
mean,
I can interpose myself between
He
you.
used up his action trying to think of how to command this thing.
Yeah, but get close
Well, I
to
mean,
the
he can
door for
5-foot
next
step,
round.
yeah. I mean, he's still decent close to the door.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be 5-foot steps here. I could reposition him here.
No, he says he could open the door if he doesn't get attacked. Just fine.
Don't worry, I can interpose myself. Or you can. Or both.
As currently he just has his shield in front of him trying to defend himself.
Okay. How do I ask it to please stand down? We're not intruders.
I mean, he already said that. You could just repeat what he said.
Okay. Well, I'm going to approach the spider like without being armed, kind of like showing my hands. I'm going to attempt to like say the same thing.
You can attempt a diplomacy check to convince the robot.
Don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work.
The robot ignores your pleas.
It was worth a shot.
I was gonna make sure he keeps track of what that sounded like.
Yeah, running off my earlier nat 20, now that the ruby's been removed, can I see if there's any way for me to disable an ongoing alarm, basically? Make everything stand down by triggering something through this mechanism.
Hope you drug a door away.
You're not entirely sure. You're not sure how these things got alarmed, so...
Alright, I'm running then. Double move. Bang on the door. Let me out. Taking the gem with me. I'm not just leaving it there.
In which case, actually, that you're running down, Rylan, seeing that Lyle's over there, is actually going to tell Lyle to go over to the other statue for him.
All right.
Bang, bang, bang. Let me out. There's something coming.
There is something coming. It is something big.
It sounds really big.
Probably
The
golem.
altar's moving.
Aye, it's probably a defensive golem.
Let's talk more getty outy.
Talking is for the action.
I will say this, I'll basically say what the robot is saying. Intruders detected. Kill on sight. Kill all intruders immediately.
Oh, great.
Well, that isn't very pleasant.
Aye. These things are small creatures, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
CMB the fuck out of it.
I am going to indeed.
As it is going to go ahead and it is currently engaged. So it's going to go ahead and, well, it's going to go ahead and look at Torin.
He's gonna hit you with a blowtorch, isn't he?
Probably.
No, it's just going to try and hit him with a pair of claws, firstly.
Okay.
What should I say?
My AC is presently 16. One hit.
That'd be 16, you say?
Yeah.
There will be 2 hits in there.
This is a small-sized creature. It can't possibly do very much damage with just little
No.
claws. Ow.
Speak for yourself.
And it kind of like puts a pair of its claws into you. And it's actually going to shift itself to here.
That's the thing. I can't stun it, so...
This one is going to move down here. Look at Lyle.
Hey.
Raise its blowtorch into the air. Raise its plasma torch into the air and fire a bolt of plasma towards you.
Oh, great.
They have ranged attacks.
Mm-hmm.
They missed.
No. Lyle just sort of leads out of the way as it grazes his pipe. He goes, "What the heck?"
It becomes clear these things are not designed as combat bots. But
Hey. Still annoying little things.
Okay, hold it down, Thorok. We don't want to break it if we can avoid it.
I can if I try. I can.
Torin does remember that because of the state these things are in, if they are damaged too much, they might explode.
Yes, they will explode if we destroy them.
I can try. So yeah. I will 5-foot step and then I will standard action to grapple. That's a horrible grapple.
It kind of like just moves out of the way.
Aye.
The heck are you doing?
Lyle, you have been engaged. And then Rylan did ask you to go over to the other statue.
Well, yeah, he's gonna do that.
What's Lyle's move speed?
20.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're wearing heavy armor.
It's basically
Yeah,
double
so
move
go
over to the other
draw.
statue.
Yep, disengage action.
Draw
Over
is
there.
a,
Retreat.
double move, isn't it?
Withdraw.
Yeah, withdraw
Yep.
is a double move. You can
Okay,
go over
yeah.
there. And Lyle's gonna shout, "What the hell am I doing?"
Bow before the statue!
He does so.
Unfortunately, you don't have enough action shot this turn. You just ran over there.
Okay.
Great.
The crashing sound is heard by the sound of an altar smashing against a wall.
Oh crap.
As something crawls out.
Oh, what is that thing?
That's a giant spider.
That is a big spider.
As basically all of you see from behind the grate, that.
Oh great. Oh man, it can still move.
That is the end of its turn, however, because it spent an action breaking that grate.
Oh, jeez.
Good news is, if we can get you through the grate will probably crash behind you.
Rylan is not. Rylan is no longer feeling as confident after seeing this.
Torin,
Keep calm,
meanwhile, has
don't
this
worry.
grin on his face.
Just do what you need to get the gate open.
It's a grate.
It's just a portcullis, yeah.
It's like a portcullis. It's not a portcullis. It's a you can see right through it. I mean, you could put a small item through it, unless you're a pixie. Yes,
That's not
but that would only make you Rylan size. Technically, if Rylan had reduced person on him, he might be able to do if he's lucky. But
Either way, Rylan, just get Jortes out of there.
as Rylan is going to accept the attack of opportunity to prostrate himself before the statue.
Oh, great. He's not helpless, but
He's accepting the attack of opportunity, which, despite
Hey.
him having a shield up, will be a hit.
wait a second. Shouldn't that thing have gotten an attack of opportunity on me whenever I tried to grapple it?
Yes, but it didn't take it at the time, apparently, so...
Curses. Oh, now it's out of attack until its next turn, which is very soon, actually.
As Rylan gets basically clawed as he tries, kind of stumbling back a little bit. But, however, the statue seems to bow back towards Rylan.
Lyle, you're gonna need to bow to that statue.
Prostrating yourself before the statue takes your entire turn. Do properly, so.
Thorok bow.
Well,
No,
the statue's
you don't
already been
need to.
bowed to now.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
This one needs to.
It's the other statue needs bowing now.
I move to about here, and I brace with my halberd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jortes, you're locked in a room with a giant spider.
Reserve action. Just delay until after Lyle. Just delay complete action until after Lyle.
Okay, delay until after Lyle. This one over here is going to fire a burst of its plasma torch towards Lyle.
No.
Wow.
That's a touch attack, by the way, but it misses.
Yeah, still, no.
Oh yeah.
My touch
crap.
AC isn't that bad. My touch AC.
You and me are probably the only ones that touch AC is not going to be a problem.
No.
Both
Oh.
both against both the machine trying to attack Rylan, but him bouncing it off with his shield. Rylan actually has a lot of AC. He has a lot of AC with that shield out. He's actually pretty
Yeah,
safe.
plus that that chain shirt. So
He has like
Plus 6.
plus size bonus. He has like 19 AC.
Oh, hey, same as
Yeah,
well.
good.
Sweet.
I mean, he came down here prepared. Let's be honest.
Good. I've only got 17, but I'm not wearing armor or a shield.
It's going to look at Torin and fire a bolt of plasma at his touch AC.
Nope.
They're not doing too good with their plasma.
Nope.
Work.
All right, I'm going to 5-foot step here because I can and want to interpose myself, and I'm also going to grapple this thing again, or try to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
It did just act, so it is actually going to take its opportunity this time.
I know. That's okay. That's okay. Nat one.
Very well, you're now grappling the little robot.
It actually
Okay,
flips
good.
over into your hands on its back.
Shouting, I
Alright.
want
It
belly
flails
rubs.
helplessly.
It's not
I don't think
It's not helpless yet. It's not pinned.
I don't think I can do anything else with it.
Nope.
No. But now
You're
I gain a
the
plus
grapple
4 to
bonus.
grapple checks. Because
If
I'm
you do it
grappling
next
them.
time, you'll be pinned and unable to attack you.
Oh, plus 5 actually.
In
Hit
addition,
against the same target.
he cannot attack other targets other than you, such as Rylan right now. So,
So I've got hold of it.
so Lyle,
Bow.
you will take attack opportunity from bowing. You understand this?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just 5-foot step and bow. Why did
Yeah.
you not 5-foot step and bow?
Meh.
You would take 2 points of damage, but however, the statue will bow back to you. And
Oh, please tell me that the gates aren't just going to stay open.
the two gates open up.
Jortes,
Now
get
move.
out of here.
You can hear a voice saying something. but you're not sure what the voice said. There wasn't any instructions for closing it.
Oh, great.
Just move behind me. Move behind me, Jorfest.
No,
That's a spider.
that is a freaking spider.
Yeah, that's a spider.
Yeah,
You might
no,
want to just
get
move.
behind me.
Yeah, get over there behind Michael or Rylan. Michael. Getting our little people mixed up.
Don't actually get the whole thing mixed up.
Giant spider. Yeah.
It kind of just walks up to Torn.
Torn gets his braced attack.
I mean, it's not taking out charging, so it's not going to get the double damage.
Oh.
No, but I do get an attack, right?
Yeah, you get your attack just when it's not charging, so you get the double damage. Just wondering actually.
That was a very poor roll.
That will miss. This giant ass spider is going to try to bite you.
It misses.
Uh,
Now, what did the thing say?
what did the what was the voice that echoed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just check what it was, because you guys can't understand it, but
I'm asking Rylan.
yeah, I know. I'm just checking because I didn't bother to reread it because you couldn't hear it. It was basically a thanks for you showing courtesy for your sins.
Lovely.
A bit odd, but yeah.
As I suppose Rylan's going to try helping Forok with his pinning.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
he
so the
probably
thing is still
pin with me.
hostile.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I'm going to add the whole pin or grapple to my buffs.
He did not see any way to close.
I know, right?
However, technically the robot is now pinned.
Lyle has the same plan, and if no one can stop him, he's going to run into the other room and try activating the thing again.
Okay. Oh, then, what was that thing's? Oh, +6. Oh, crap.
It is a powerful creature.
And drinking an extract is will
Standard.
provide an attack of, provoke, right?
It will provoke.
I 5-foot step here. I drink an extract of shield.
Okay.
I just realised that I've been muted on the screen for like ever, so yay! Hi guys, I'm still here.
Yeah. Hey.
God damn it, Tinder.
This robot next to Lyle is going to try attack him.
It can fuck off.
This one here is pinned and cannot escape in its current time. This one here is going to fire a plasma bolt at Jortes.
God damn it, why me?
That is hitting Jortes.
Yes, yes it is.
That will hit Jortes' touch.
Yes,
Undoubtedly.
It will hit my everything.
Jortes takes 2 points of plasma damage, which is fire and electricity combined.
Damn.
As he will then skitter into place.
So what's actually the plan here? Because we can't just keep pinning these things forever.
I mean,
throw them at the giant spider.
You could tie them up, that's the thing.
Yeah, Thork, just tie that thing up and toss it away.
I mean, tying up is an official thing you can do. If Thork can maintain his grapple. If.
God damn it, Bigby. He's gone.
Oh crap! Sorry, I was muted. But yeah,
There you
yes. In that case, I will maintain my grapple and tie up as part of the grapple.
Well, you must succeed at the grapple check then.
No, we won't.
Oh.
And I had a +4 to.
Is that
+5.
including? Is that including a bonus for
It was one off, but yes, it would be an 11.
Okay,
It was-
11.
it's +5 to maintain the grapple while you're already grappled.
Okay, normally normally that would be a failure
Hmm.
by rules.
Oh, right. Ryland's helping.
Because Ryland also has it grappled, you succeed by 1.
Oh, good.
Yay.
It sort of it kicks you off
Despite it
before,
being-
but before you
It is
it can
useful.
react, you dive
Oh,
on it
good.
again.
Oh yeah, remember this thing is also taking a -4 to its dexterity.
I know, which is why you managed to succeed.
Oh good. Okay, so now that thing is tied up with my rope.
It is helpless.
All right. And since I still have a 5-foot step and another action like that, I'm going to actually step here. I'm going to say, I'm going to yell to Lyle or to somebody, close the gates again. Close it while it's under it.
As a free action, I'm gonna flip the statue off.
Okay.
Does it do anything?
See if that would revoke my my honor to it.
The statue doesn't.
Shame. And I'm gonna take with
Hit
the
the
statue.
statue. Hit the statue.
Hit the statue.
Yeah, hit it.
Oh, okay. I punched the statue with my shield.
Okay.
Such a bad idea.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
Not right.
If these things happen,
If it does. But if it revokes the courtesy and it drops the grates, it's going to cut the spider in half.
I mean, my original plan was to run back into this room and then fiddle with this thing again by hitting it over and over again.
I don't think you can.
That was my plan as well.
I don't think it'll work though. You've already activated it.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, the worst case scenario, that thing is going to attack us if you attack it, so it might not be a good idea.
Well, no, it's only slightly magical.
Well, these
It's
things
probably
are
not
slightly
magical enough to be a. Yeah, it's probably not. But that's the thing. Remember, these guys are also repair drones. They can only do so much with what they can do.
Combat seems to be one of the things.
Yes, but that's
cool.
yes, but these things seem to be less like guardians and more just sentries.
What does Lie do? Come on.
I'm thinking.
Think. No bother.
Yeah, fuck it.
No, actually, I don't have the grapple.
I'm gonna punch the statue.
Okay, make an attack roll against the statue. Okay. A very small chip appears in the statue. Very small. And then, firstly, the grate comes down.
Hey.
See?
All of you can hear an echoing voice.
So
The
how's the spider?
from the dropping grate will take.
Ooh.
Pretty sure that it's.
The spider is
See,
not dead,
that's
but it
what
is
I was
pinned
talking
under a
about.
grate.
It's pinned under the grate though.
Kill it. We can get some
Oof.
giant,
Also-
some giant
Oh.
spider poison.
Also, Lyle,
Yeah.
the statue retaliates.
Oh god.
Told you.
It's just going to retaliate though. I don't think it's going to activate as a.
Ow.
Admittedly, this will probably hurt pretty badly.
Wow. Have fun.
Are you dead?
I think that's KO.
Yep.
Okay, well then.
I told you not to do it.
It's fine, it's fine. This will be fine.
The statue returns to
What's your What's your CMB?
Let's see, +3.
Yeah, why don't you try grapple spider? It'll be fine.
Careful though, you
This
will be
ca-
broke.
This can only end in tears. But yeah, I will
Yeah.
try grappling that one, I guess.
We really don't want them to explode on top of us. Yeah, that's true. If we can tie them up, it's a lot better.
Nope.
No. We both just sort of flail at each other ineffectively.
The spider, which is having a hard time doing anything because it has a grate on top of it.
Did it hit him so hard that he's now bleeding?
No.
Oh.
It will, however, provoke an attack opportunity from Forak.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
you may take the attack opportunity first.
Yeah, boop.
That is enough to interrupt its action and kill it.
Oh great, it tries to get up and I punch it in the eye.
No,
Stay down.
it was attempting to entrap some of you in web.
Oh, like it could get its spinner around to us. Either way, I
to be
punch it in
precise-
the eye and say no.
To be precise, it was going to wrap Rylan up in a big ball of thread.
Oh great. Wow,
No,
that's
Rylan
pretty
is a small
accurate as
creature.
well.
Because
Yes, it could
Rylan is
grab
a
him.
small-sized creature, and therefore he gets a +4 extra bonus to grab him with it.
Great. Ugh. Oh yeah, that's true. I should be getting. Or no, they take penalties. Never mind.
No. Yeah, they take penalties, but the thing is, it's specifically for the web ability that's because he's so small.
Oh, great, even better. Ugh. Oh well.
Regardless, I suppose Rylan will try and help here. I mean, it's only take his attack opportunity.
Yeah, that is true. It can attack.
He's grappled it.
Yeah. Go,
Huzzah.
Rylan. Use your rope and tie it up now, Torn.
It needs to be
Right.
pinned before it can be tied up.
Then use your move to pin it because it can't make any actions while it's pinned.
Or it's a standard action
Of
to grapple and pin, so
Yeah, I know.
it's a free phase step.
Of course.
Go for Torn.
Huzzah!
It is now pinned by the two of them.
Oh, good. Okay, so
Now hand me some rope so I can tie it up.
move and tie it up myself.
This one
Okay.
does not. This one of hit. This does not. This one of hit does not go ahead and coup de grace Lyle.
Thank God.
Fires a plasma bolt at Torin.
Hi there.
Torin, you are flat-footed right now. This is a touch attack.
Yep.
Well, he's not flat-footed. He just has the grapple condition.
Ouch.
So,
Anyways.
but with the grapple, I think that hits his touch.
It hits my touch. My touch is 12.
Take the damage.
Ow.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Rolls about inconsequentially.
Poor thing.
Try.
Thing.
It's
Can't
like
even do
struggling.
anything. It's pinned.
It's like struggling to get out, and it's like, nope, there's two creatures. It can't actually fight back against two creatures.
It doesn't have an escape artist or CMB
No,
for that.
it's not designed for this purpose.
Okay, good. All right, then I will move down here, and I will take some more rope, and I will tie this guy up. Yeah, there we go. And then
Lyle,
yeah,
you're bleeding.
Ow.
Roll me a constitution check for a penalty equal to the number of negative hit points you currently have.
none of us can even see him, can we?
True, you can't. You just suddenly heard basically a
Yeah, I think we know what happened.
Hey.
Yay!
Lyle is stable.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Jortes.
Grapple.
Oh hey, look, Lyle's unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I'm bleeding.
Shout back to the rest of you. Lyle's down. And yeah, grapple.
Figured.
Solon said be damned.
It's okay,
Do you want to
I
go ahead
have
and roll?
healing potions.
Again, exactly the same as last time.
Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Also, it would take attack
Ryland
to-
is a lot better. Yeah, you just sink the attack opportunity for Ryland. He's got NPC
Ryland's not-
classes
Ryland's
levels.
not that much better. Ryland's just been rolling well.
I know. That's the point, though. He
3
rolls
damage.
well. Boy. Especially once we get Lyle up, then
I mean, you can like move down here and try and grapple it.
yay.
Try it that way. It's-
Grapple.
It would be a success.
Way.
Told you.
Apparently, Ryland's really good at grapple.
Hooray.
Remember, these things are the same size as him as well. It's like, this is no easy task.
That is true. They're
yeah.
they're also like 100-something pounds of metal.
Mm-hmm.
He's just grabbing it by the
And
spine.
he weighs no that much. That is enough because it's currently already been grappled by another creature.
Yay, pinning.
Yay. Now I have some twine in my bag if you ran out of rope.
That's okay. I have 100 feet of it. Well,
How
how
much
much,
do you-
how much rope could I tie them up with? How much rope does it take?
It doesn't take that much rope to tie them up.
I'm assuming you know.
Maybe
25
30
feet or
feet of
something?
rope.
Okay, so yeah, I can tie one more up. My turn. Move over here and tying up. Yep. I will be right back.
Lyle, you're bleeding. No, you're not. Combat is over.
Hooray.
Yay.
All of you can deal with the fact
Okay.
you have very hot fire and electricity burns from plasma.
And I have a nice mace dent in my chest.
No, you have a rock spear to the face.
Oh, okay.
Here you go. I feed you a healing potion. God damn it.
I'm at 0.
That means you're conscious. Cast your own spells.
Yep. Okay, now apologize profusely to the statue.
I'm sorry. Lyle just says.
Now, Ryland, tell him how to apologize in its language. He will come up with an apology and say it.
There was a big spider, and my friends are. Pipe. Where's my fucking pipe?
It's right
He-
here.
Oh,
Right. Ryland looks at you and shakes his head. Can't believe you actually.
Well, it worked, yes, but what did I tell you about showing respect?
There was a big spider. I
Right,
had
I'm
to
also-
deal with it.
Ryland, obviously, that's basically what the inscriptions were talking about, showing respect.
Yes, now.
Oh, God,
Now we
no.
need to figure out how to get these things to stop being hostile to us.
Lyle's still laying on the ground. He pulls out. He pulls out one of the. No, he doesn't pull out a scroll.
Oh,
He's gonna use
by
one.
the way of which,
Okay.
in case he can actually translate what the full thing said.
Hmm.
But
Yay.
I'm sorry. Wait.
Well, you may as well translate it.
Tom,
Yeah.
do you want to see if you can get anything from this giant spider, seeing as you like the little ones so much?
Yep.
And first, I'm going to cure light wounds myself.
Because
My
extract. yay.
extract. Ooh,
Oh.
yeah.
No,
hard is-
that's
how
you
hard is your
extract.
he's lost 3 hit points in total, which still has a lot of hit points left comparatively.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
tell him
max
here. Follow me. There's a
You're
fountain
leading
over
around
here
to the,
that
you're leading around to the pool.
yeah.
Sure, I can give him 2 hit points back.
Yeah, there you go.
He's down 1.
That'll help. That'll help. We've already used it, so it's not going to help us as much. Actually, Lyle had. Yeah, Lyle used it.
Lyle's gonna go over to this wall, sit down next to it, and start fiddling with his pipe again, trying to get it
Oh, wait.
relit.
I just realized I didn't actually move the translation up into the section you're allowed to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Rylan. Thorok, Lyle, can you guys start looking for a way to get these to things to stop being hostile to us? Because I would
Right.
very much like to unbind them.
They're just
They
drones
kind of
anyway.
roll-
There.
They kind of roll around consequentially.
I said I gathered them up into a pile, so
They
they're
still
all.
they'll just roll out of a pile.
Ugh. Okay. They
It's
should
kind of
all
hard
still
to
be
completely
together.
restrain something with those motors.
Hey,
Well, I'm just
Arlen,
gonna
do you
start
think
removing
there's a-
spider gland.
You can knock down one giant spider gland.
Rylan, do you
How
think
much does it weigh?
The giant spider gland weighs 5 pounds.
Woo.
Is it big big?
just chuckling? But yeah, Rylan, do you think there would be any way to get this down? I don't want to leave him tied up like this. My rope back.
He doesn't. They haven't obeyed him so far.
So he's not entirely sure. Lyle's apologizing to them.
Lyle's actually going to walk up and, remembering the words he first said earlier, he's going to walk up and say with a very stern voice,
Rolls around inconsequentially trying to get out of the binds.
what is it, eye color changed?
Nope.
It would be a pity if we had to damage him. Possibly, but I don't want to leave him here.
Well, we'll probably have to come back this way to get out anyway.
Here, if we may as well just continue on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can try talking to the statues. I mean, they seem to have reacted when we were bowing.
And when I punched it and it cut me in the face,
He tries, doesn't seem to get much response from them.
Just try apologizing. Just try asking it. Try telling that we're not here. We're not thieves. We're not here to. I'm not good with people. I'm not good with statues that are people either.
He tries, but they actually don't seem to listen at all.
It doesn't look like it. We may just have to. I would hate to just forcibly deactivate them, but
Let's just leave
Meanwhile,
them here for
Too
now,
much
they're not
force
going
of any kind
anywhere.
would probably.
Meanwhile,
cause-
in the distance, you hear essentially is going forth still.
perhaps the statues in the other room.
They were not magical.
Oh,
Hmm.
thought there was just
They were
statues.
just statues.
Okay. I don't know.
Well, we don't.
Thorn's just gonna pick one up and see if there's any way he can try to fix them or at all.
Fix them. Not that you would be able to
Do
work out.
minor repair work.
Not that you think that's within your capabilities.
If Jortis picks one up with his mechanical let's fuck things up knowledge, would he be able to tell if he can either force them back into passive mode or deactivate them without them exploding?
You think you might be able to find a way to deactivate them?
Well, that's an option, guys. I could possibly turn them off without them exploding.
You could try.
Get them back into power mode where they're accepting commands again.
I would leave them alone for now, because deactivating them is not passive mode.
No, it's not, but people wanted to sort something out with them, rather than just continuing and seeing if there was something ahead.
And you see if something's ahead.
I put it back down.
I mean, they're tied up, so here we can just go ahead. You have the ruby, right?
Yep.
No, funny enough, you dropped it on
It's
the other
not,
side.
it's not phased through the wall there. Don't worry.
I hear it. We can go ahead then.
I already know this
Alright.
area
Hold on.
safe from earlier.
You've already mapped it out, so.
Assuming nothing triggered when traps went off. Alright, I tossed the ruby to Torin.
Oh, I think I know we're here now,
Okay.
though.
Well, I mean, you guys have a couple of minutes while I prepare another extract.
Yeah.
Hey, we can wait a minute or two.
Okay, well then I'm going to prepare another shield extract. So I'm pretty sure my other one would have run out because it only lasts for 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it's only a minute per level. Ah.
Okay, and after that I am going to put the ruby inside of the door.
And it doesn't fit.
It fits.
Does it open?
The door does indeed swing open, revealing a rather expansive, dimly lit chamber. The chamber in question
Okay.
has multiple large pillars which clearly contain water, and a lot of flowing water actually through grates as well. Seemingly, the room descends down into a lower section there. You can't make out what's down there from this distance.
Yeah, let's go.
On the other side of the room, there is a clearly quite badly damaged water. Clearly very damaged even from this distance. Also, door.
My 20s
Or
have
stop
run
crushing
out.
Rylan.
Don't worry,
You
here.
don't-
I can help you search around for.
This
Ow.
area does not look well maintained.
Hmm.
But there is another
Might be possible
locker
nothing-
over there.
It might be possible nothing's got in here actually in a long time.
Aye, that's true. It could be the. That is true. Other than that last room, nothing in here has been as maintained.
Well, if they needed funny, I don't know, passwords to get through the doors, then it's likely none of the repair drones were able to get into these areas.
Through? Yeah.
I look down in the pit.
Looking down
Aye,
into
I
the
will
pit,
Record.
look down as
there
well.
are stairs going down to what seems to be a large stone base and then basically a round metal platform. There's also a lever in the middle of the metal platform.
Hey Rylan, you think you can translate what's on here? I mean, it's a pretty damaged altar, but
He goes over and starts looking over, but the most he can make out is there's something about like water spirits, and also something about he pauses and like looks at it. About a boat or a ship.
some kind
Really-
of vessel.
It's really not clear. It's so badly damaged, and he's not an expert in the language.
Okay.
He knows the
So-
basics. He hasn't been taught it. He's like he's spied on people's work.
So maybe some kind of vehicle water spirits operate? I don't know.
There's also something about air spirits, but he can't really make much out about them either. It's like, Yes, Jorta sees a room with, well, water flowing through it.
That room's boring. What's down this
I'm
corridor?
gonna tell you now. You're out.
Ah, more water. Who would have thought?
Mm-hmm. There's lots of water in this area. You can hear running water quite heavily.
I'm gonna see what's over here.
I'll go over here.
I'm just gonna use the drag tool because I can do this with this.
One away from another nat.
Don't see any traps. You do notice
I
the
don't have-
water. You do
I don't
notice
have
the water.
any-
You do notice the water isn't flowing as quick as you think it should be.
It may be clogged, or there may be some sort of mechanism for regulating the water flow.
And so I'm just going to reveal it on both sides because it is mirrored. Well, these bits technically you don't need to see.
Oh, I'm just gonna look about the room, not really find anything, and just sort of like bumble over here.
Yeah,
Just start like looking around the room.
As you look around the room, you can see quite a lot of water flowing through. Most notably, for example, with the pipes over here. Because, for example, the water on this side is flowing pretty damn quick through.
Mhm.
Over here, though, it's actually really slow flow. Like, not all of the water can get through.
Well, I'm going to try to look like inside of the pipes and stuff, I guess. See if I can try to make out any kind of blockage or anything.
Not that you can see.
I'm
find
going to
nothing
take my
else or copy in
bastard
here.
sword, and I'm going to fit out the pipe.
Okay. Pipe. It's the turn around
of it.
The blockage might be further into the pipe.
There's a
Well,
blockage.
my halberd's not going to fit up there.
Lyle, meanwhile, Lyle can look at the lever.
It is a lever.
Yes,
Is there anything special about the lever?
it is a very is a cold metal lever on a circular platform of metal.
I shout up. Well, if anyone has any objections, I'm pulling this.
Don't
Yes,
pull the
I
lever.
object.
Don't.
Okay.
Rylan doesn't object.
I'll stand here.
Don't
and
pull
wait.
the lever.
Yeah, okay.
Does anybody have a staff or a spear?
Lyle throws up a staff.
I'm going to go over to where he is. See what
As
he's
is
doing.
as is the issue is the pipe seems to curve, so staff will reach round.
I don't think you're going to be able to knock it loose like that.
Is there any
You think
more,
one of the
like,
pipes could just be like shut off?
Possibly.
Is there any like runes or markings or anything in this lower area?
There's like a little bit of writing.
Rylan, translate, please.
If Rylan go around and he's going to read it and look a little bit confused as he basically expresses it seems to somehow say that water can make this platform go down. He doesn't understand how.
Yeah, the lever probably
well,
redirects water
question.
to drop the platform.
Dark, can I make a knowledge engineering check about a dwarven-made elevators, basically?
This is not a dwarven-made elevator. I'm telling you now.
I mean,
not
can I
this one,
make
but I mean in the
knowledge
like
engineering for hydraulics?
Engineering for hydraulics would be relevant. Well, based on what you're seeing around you, in that case, you could think that, yeah, this could be indeed a hydraulic elevator, and that lever would then be the control to make it go down.
Yeah, I kind of just like explain. This is like, this is all about water pressure. There's a lot of water pressure holding up the stone plate, and if you pull that, it's probably going to release a lot of water from beneath it, and we're going to slowly sink down the stone platform because we're basically standing on a rock inside of a pipe, and
Rylan really wants to pull the lever. But he really wants to.
So what about over here with the weak water flow?
With Torrens thoughts, if that is one of the main pipes required, this might not move if that's so clogged up. There just might not be enough pressure in the system.
Tor just kind of wanders off and goes to see if his repairing buddy is still repairing.
It's still going.
I kind of just like tap it.
It stops, turns, blinks.
Intruder detected.
I just open my arms.
It crawls onto them again.
And I just carry it back all the way over up here and past everyone and down over to the pipe.
What are you doing? I see. See if he can clear the blockage.
That guy just like plants inside the pipe.
He looks at the pipe. You hear Ryland call something over, and the robot kind of turns and crawls into the pipe.
All right. Let's see. What's this?
A grate.
Doesn't
Underneath
like it.
Underneath it seems to have a lot slower flowing water, possibly the out.
Okay. Okay, never mind. And it might be a ladder or something.
The robot kind of climbs back out.
Is your sunrod still going?
Yeah, 6 hours.
Yeah, it's still plenty of time.
And besides, you have your lantern, which is 6 hours.
Yeah, I know, but I can't throw my sunrod into the water on on my lantern water on some twine and pull it back up reasonably.
The robot will inform you that there is a blockage in the pipe, but it is missing the correct appendages to remove them.
Hmm.
It is not tall enough.
Tall enough. Okay.
It's a uncomfortably big.
No.
Not a good idea. Yeah, no, not a good idea.
It's the best idea.
I
You have a
flick my
reduced
wrist.
person- You do have a reduced
I-
person skill.
Flick my wrist and I hand it to the spider. See if that'll help.
What are you handing to it?
A dagger.
It will inform Ryan. Right, it will basically inform Proxy through Ryan of it doesn't know how to use it. Think about that hardware.
Let's see. What do I have that might work for that? I wonder if we can use a sun rod for that. Just a longer appendage.
Because unfortunately, it is a little quadruped. It's not very good at reaching high places.
Supple
That's
that.
true. Can't climb. If only the others weren't going crazy right now. They could literally just make a stack of themselves and
That's what they normally do.
log it. Yeah.
Well, I suppose I can try to cast this reduced person scroll on myself and
Because now's the
That would
question.
be better.
Who has the best UMD in the group, right?
that's me.
Or
Is
you
it
know,
Lauren?
Lyle can use it. If Lyle is informed of it, I'm sure it's on his spell list.
No, it's not on the cleric list.
No, it isn't.
Crap. Okay, never mind. Hold on.
Because you can attempt to use it on, well, someone, your choice. A humanoid.
Careful though. You know, scroll mishaps and all that.
I
Fill
know.
by 5 or
That's
more.
why I kind of.
I mean, they're fairly easy to stop. You just need a DC 5 wisdom check.
Okay, so am I really going to do this?
It's going to be a
I
21.
really don't want to do this.
Yeah, it's a 21.
Like,
to
I
cast
really
it,
don't
so
want to do this. Is
Don't.
there really no way for us to, like,
I mean, Rylan will volunteer to try.
no?
Here, I have an idea. I'm going to take out a piece of rope. It's not going to be pleasant if you get stuck, but we might be able to pull you out if you have this rope on you.
He looks at his armor, wondering if he should take that off.
That would probably be best. Especially considering you're going to
don't
probably have to hold your
like
breath once you clear the
this.
blockage.
I don't like this idea. I'm
I don't
pretty sure the
either.
Lord Metro would probably kill us for endangering his only son.
Lyle shouts from the other room. That's why we don't mention it.
Rylan will also say, don't mention this either, because his sister will kill him.
I have an idea, actually. He doesn't need to get all the way in there. He
Please
just needs
Go
to get
back
to the bend.
trying to.
He just
Please
needs to
go
bend
back
the
trying
spider
to
up.
get. I don't like this plan. I would much rather get the little robots back on our side.
We can try that first, but we may have to do this. Well, Jortes can disable them.
Yeah.
Maybe if he disables and re-enables them.
He doesn't know how to turn them back on, he just knows he can turn them off.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Now, I suppose I could in theory, I could turn them off and then have the other little robot
And-
repair them into being turned on again.
Yeah, actually.
That's
Okay,
a good
come
idea.
along. Come along.
Okay. We can
I also
Right.
make no promise.
actually, could you ask him to reset them? Actually, that's
Yeah, let's-
could you ask the repair bot to do reset? Technically, I'm gonna move back into here with the rest.
Well, you wouldn't happen to know like the word for malfunction, would you?
Doesn't know malfunction. He could say, he could say try fix. No, try fix the other ones.
Or yeah, just restart.
He can try like your idea.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold it down basically for the little robot to get to work.
It tinkers over. The blowtorch comes out.
Okay then.
It's very hot.
I'm sure it is. Thank God I have thick gloves and goggles.
Good. Better get my rope back as well.
Hand a huge pile of rope to Torn.
Hey.
There they go. Now they're going. Oh, they're going to go down into the air to repair it. Oh no, never mind. No.
Hey, we did it. Woo! Come on, guys.
Hi. Looks like the.
And the
looks like
robots
they're
now they
working.
have access to this region. Are going to start repairing this region, starting with the biggest damage they find.
The blockage. Good.
Basically, you'll be spending a short. You'll be here for like 5-6 minutes, and suddenly you'll just hear a huge rush of water. You can hear pressure building.
Hi,
Yeah.
well done.
As soon as Lyle hears this, he actually looks up from his food that he's been eating and pulls out his pipe and he goes, "What?"
If you were eating food, that means Ryan will support some of his trail rations and start eating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lyle's bored.
we've been down here for a few hours at least. Long enough for it's
No,
probably
not really.
lunchtime. Oh, we've been down here for a little while.
I mean, it's
Took us
also
a little
If
while
anyone
to
did-
get here.
if we're eating.
If anyone didn't bring lunch, Ryan brought lunch.
I brought lunch.
No, I brought food.
I brought
Yeah.
nine. I brought
I
9
brought,
units of lunch.
Oh,
I brought
Brought
lunch.
the
I'll
food as well.
still eat Rylands.
I wonder
I
what
eat-
spider tastes. So where this guy goes, I wonder what spider tastes like.
Not bad.
No,
I've had a
no,
piece.
Just no.
We
I
kind of
don't
get
have
giant
enough.
spiders in the.
We don't have enough
In the
firewood to
monastery.
cook it, unfortunately.
Aye, that is sadly true. These braziers don't actually
Okay.
produce any heat. Ah, it's this dried bread and sausage for us.
You'll be surprised that Lyle's food looks mostly of meats and probably less than properly cooked.
You know, I've just got a dried hunk of bread and some smoked sausages and stuff like that.
Ryland's
Marvin.
Ryland's is a combination of basically, essentially, things he didn't think would drop from his kitchen, from the Santa's kitchen.
Regular.
Pretty much basically going up to the chefs and say, "Can you make me a lunch? You're going on an adventure, aren't you?" Yep.
Oh, great.
And he does it a lot. You know that.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, he has literally grabbed his horse before and gone for a ride and not shown up until like 12 hours later.
Bear Island. I mean, sometimes
Right.
he's at my place training, but I didn't know that he actually rode out like into the wilderness randomly.
Well,
I mean,
Oh,
he doesn't go out like unarmored and unprepared, but
I'll have
that's
you
good
guys
to know.
know. I'm pulling a lever now.
wait.
Okay.
Let us get down there. Or you know
He
what? I'm
was
gonna.
going to say we should probably have two of us go down it so that it
Doesn't come back up. We could take your rope down.
I can tie it to a pillar, depending on how deep it is.
And if this
Yeah.
thing fills water, Lyle throws up his armored coat and his shield.
can you swim?
Yeah.
Rylan, get out of there.
Ryland can swim. But
I
can
Island, you
swim.
stay up here
I
though.
don't care.
Here, I'll go down. I'm going to
I
drop my
I would
backpack.
argue-
Everything off.
but funny thing is, he has a wooden shield. Can you use that as a flotation device?
Yeah, he can technically. I think it does work like that, unless the metal edges prevent that. But no,
Yeah,
I'll
well,
say Here, I'll go
The theory I
down.
want to test is like send it down and see if you can back up. If you can't send it back up, I'll be up here with rope, all of our rope and the twine and everything.
Yeah, I'll drop off my backpack up here and my climbing kit as well. So, there you go. Try that. If you need to, you can
Alright.
hammer a pit into the ground.
There are
Alright.
locations you can tie it. It's not really an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Georges,
I
head
just-
on up.
I just start knotting rope
What,
together
You want me to
to
start
just
as
make
well?
a nice, really long rope.
Just two of us. Me and him will be fine
Okay.
down there.
Okay.
I don't really have. Me and him are the most well defended anyway.
Lyle,
I
Lyle
can
looks at
dodge
Narak.
everything and he can just block it.
Well,
Oh, the
he's
ladder.
leaving his armor and stuff up here, so he can't block it.
Oh well.
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You've got healing.
Yeah, I pulled the lever very enthusiastically.
Okay. The lever is not actually too hard to move.
Don't break the lever.
Still, it's done with pizzazz.
As you hear the water start rushing through the pipes, and the platform begins to sink pretty quickly.
We turn that sound right the way down because it's drowning you out.
There you go. I turned it down.
There we go. Okay.
And you begin sinking and sinking and sinking
Yeah.
and sinking until you're out of everyone else.
Great.
Once they're
How
out
far
of
down is
view,
it going?
Corin just says, "I love it when guinea pigs volunteer."
I'm glad I'm
You're
not
slowly
there.
You're slowly affecting Ryland's alignment.
I
Stop
usually
that.
prefer it when it's not our colleagues.
Stop that. I'm keeping
Oh,
him, trying to keep
yes,
him
but-
lawful good. I'll make him lawful good or something.
As you're now on a platform, just descending, 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 descending. You're descending for quite a while, actually.
Aye.
Do you think
You
they're
can see
ever
like
coming
gears
back
in the
up?
wall covered in water as you sink down. I mean, do they want to come back up?
Well,
Lyle
how-
looks
Probably gonna-
around. Lyle looks around and sees if it's actually going to be filling with water or not.
It doesn't seem to be filling with water.
Lyle shouts up for them to kick down his coat and shield.
Okay.
You might take. By the
Not a
way,
good idea.
there's a small chance you'll get hit by them and take damage.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Guys, brace against the walls then.
Ryland will help it.
Get as close to the
throw
walls
it down.
as possible.
Yeah.
Let's get as close to
And
the wall as
then
possible.
and then I'm going to make a ranged touch attack with my throw anything feat for this tile over here.
Okay.
Boop.
Let's see. Based on the ranging command, I say the both one actually missed.
That's okay. It's just a D8 where it's gonna land. It's not gonna hit any
Well,
of us.
since half the options aren't possible, I say a D4 because half the options aren't actually possible.
Oh.
So go on, D4, Doran. Where does that one missing piece show up?
There.
Clank, clank, clank. Right here, right next to Lyle's face.
Wait, because I can. Rule this randomness. Let's see if I can.
I'm trying to catch.
Shield!
But you guys have descended at least 200 feet so far, and are still going.
Alright, this is going to take a wee bit.
Tortoise guy looks down there and says, "We don't have enough rope for this."
Aye,
No, we don't.
we may need a few hundred feet of it if this
You
thing
can
doesn't
still-
come back up.
You can still hear the water pressure flowing through.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Ryland's kind of just looking like, can we just call him back up?
Don't think
I mean, we could, but
probably don't want to try while it's still lowering.
However, if you're willing to wait, you will descend a grand total of 500 feet.
Dear crap. Okay. All right then. I guess if we've reached the bottom,
Does
I'll say-
Tortoise actually do that?
I don't actually like touch him, but I just make the motions behind him.
Horn will glare at you and put his hand on his bastard sword.
Stick my tongue out at you. Just have
I
a
will
stick fun.
No, you will hit. I will know you will hit maximum fall damage before you hit the bottom of that pit.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yay! Splat.
Ryland would die.
Yeah, any of Team PC would die.
That is true.
I'm pretty sure the minimal
Especially
damage
since-
we take would kill you.
Especially since I
It's-
don't.
You
don't
can go
get
down to
slow
like
fall.
20. I think it's like 20d6 or 20d8 or something. What was it? It's a lot of damage. However, you eventually
Put that on
Arrive.
both of
Down at the bottom there are the set of doors now at your new landing place.
Here. Let's try and go back up.
Well, pulls the lever the other way.
you begin another 5-minute journey
God damn it.
as you hear water pressure. Well, everyone here hears the water pressure basically reverse, and everyone down and you guys down there can see all the gears start pulling the platform up.
Okay, it
that's
works.
fine.
I just started doing all the rope tying and everything I've been doing.
You say one thing: the ancient empire was reliable in their mechanisms.
Yeah, apparently.
Hey,
After 5 minutes, they will resurface and the platform will lock again.
Hey, looks like it works.
Okay,
Oh.
everybody on.
During this
I
time, you
got
might, during that time, Rylan might have like gone over here, like watched the water, like change directions and stuff. It's like levels board, just being amused.
Lyle's been eating food and shit. No,
Yeah.
no.
Does Jordan want to join
Hey.
us? Or you want to dive to them?
Be sure.
Okay. I just need to specify.
Be sure to give me my stuff.
Lyle motions.
Oh yeah, of course I give you all your stuff.
Lyle motions.
I just
to,
said I did.
Lyle
Oh.
motions to the lever for Rylan to pull.
He really wants to put. He can't reach control.